Washi gonna find Bolu, but does get hit markers by Jez. Going up against, they're now all tied up 1-1. Theo is going to get taken down by Jazz. You can now see Jazz pushing up towards the B flag. We're rocking that 35 round. We have Vague pushing up incredibly far, but this should be a free kill for Theo, sure enough. With the push from the backside, finds Jazz.
Licença, torcinha! Pofo! Botão no cofrinho do Ibis! Pofo pra cima do Delzinho! Double pofo do craque! Faz clique aí, meu chat! Você tá no YouTube, faz o clipe da jogada! Tomara tá!
Um som, morto.
Vou cravar esquerda, vou cravar cima, crava esquerda, crava esquerda.
Tem um, só tem um. Vai ter mais um.
Aí tem que botar essa
Pode ver agora, calma, segura aqui.
Sub-Zero perdendo o cano. Nossa!
And we've got two players left to deal with. FN 420. Oh my god, Lucky, what the hell was that? Count them out. Can't do it. Lucky is Dark Wizard. You're the only hope here, Dark Wizard. Oh my god, we've got a 2v5 that is a reality. Lydia looking for the shots. Lydia's gonna round the corner. Lydia finds one. Lydia just needs to find Lucky. Doesn't happen. We're going to another round. The most at the moment finds another one. Just an absolute demon. A quick list in with the side of Nova. Dave, you're going in.
People see, there is one A now.
Marvel misses one, but doesn't miss twice.
Out. Oh my. Chris, he's all one. Four. Where you at, homie? I know you're a typical sniper in this area, but right now you're a sniper. It ain't even close. Lucky. Get headshot. Cosmo, you the smoke. Get it too, homie. We got a 1v1.
Oh my goodness, Iona! Bro, watch.
Except was left alive. Now it's Iona looking to make this.
Yo, this girl's dirty! Aggressively push up to this degree. Lydia's able to find one. Artem, Nisa coming through. What's that? Is that the kilo? Whoa! Artemisa, the Damascus kilo. Ooh, Chels. Finds one, is looking for two, but Artemisa. Yo, this girl kind of nuts with the kilo, bro.
Yo, how are you?
I have been. Found herself on that Sparrow shot, but the Angels do maintain this P3. Oh, Brig stuff! Well, it was looking good for a minute there, Verdict, at the beginning of this round, but it has quickly gone in. I think you're right on the money. The arrows are pushed that up, finds two in the feed to start things off. Those double kills are worth a ton of points, let alone.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Mobile Mayhem Winter 2023. It is week 3, technically speaking. I am your host, D Hitman, and I am joined here today by the lovely Verdict and Guild Mania, lovely casters today. I am excited to be back this week after missing, some might say, one of the biggest upset of the season. So, boys, how are you guys doing today?
Oh man, I'll start it off. I'm doing great. We had some fantastic action in EU, and I'm super duper excited to double down for some NA action. Gil, what do you say?
I can say the exact same thing. I feel like today is gonna be a blast. I was unable to, unfortunately, watch the side over on Europe, but you know, if you're hyped, I am hyped as well, my friend.
Yeah, Europe, always fun to watch. But today we're talking about NA, all right? Europe, you guys, if you're interested in Europe, you guys can watch Europe. That's usually around what, I want to say close to like 3 p.m. Eastern time on Tuesday and Thursday, right? But today we're talking about our first matchup, which is going to be Luminosity Gaming versus 11E. So, Luminosity undefeated, 11E with one of the biggest upset of the season are technically undefeated as well. They did lose one of the maps, but technically speaking, still undefeated. So, Verdict, tell me a little more about Luminosity Gaming. How did they do the last few weeks?
They're undefeated right now. I don't think we've really even seen this roster, you know, tested at this extent. I think this is going to be their biggest matchup of the season so far, and it's going to make for a great series. This one is definitely going to go to the books as the marquee match of the night, but I was taking a look at the schedule of the day. The matches look pretty fierce outside of this one, too. I mean, even if you roll down to the last one, definitely going to be bangers from the beginning to the end.
Yeah, to be honest, like we have some good matchups that we can touch upon after going through this team just a little bit. But let's talk about 11E. Gil, tell me what makes 11E so strong this season.
I definitely feel like those changes that have been recently introduced to the team have been a key part of their success, absolutely. And of course, I'm talking about both Shisui and Just. These two players coming down from Cygnus and now collapsing onto 11T. I gotta say that they've been doing a big part of this just change into how they've been performing overall. And of course, we all know the high level of Pelon, Lucifer, and Alexe. I feel like these 5 on the main team are really strong. And if I'm being honest with you, Hitman, I don't even think that's their final form, you know? I feel like there's still a lot of room for them to grow, which makes it even better in my opinion.
That's crazy. We're going with the Dragon Ball reference. You haven't even unlocked my final form! Speaking of not unlocking final form, the chat has said it's your birthday, Gil. I know we're trying to keep professional here, but happy birthday, Gil!
Happy birthday, Gil!
Right on that one.
No, they're not, but
happy
hey,
birthday.
we're here for the memes.
Appreciate it.
How do you say in Spanish? Feliz cumpleaños? Feliz
Yeah,
cumpleaños, amigo. So,
God,
guys, wish him all happy birthday in the chat. I expect it in a minute and a half whenever this catches up. But let's go ahead and talk about some of the other matchups going on today. As Verdict mentioned, this is going to be loaded with some action. Second game is going to be Upper Echelon against Fierce. Third game, we're going to have Team Mobility versus Cygnus. And fourth game is going to be Infinite Simplicity Game versus Seminole. Those are some pretty stacked lineup. Verdict, which one of those 4 games are you more excited to see?
I've got to roll with the tee-off, the Luminosity and 11E. This one's going to be like a banger of a series. I would expect it to go to a game 3, but again, we really haven't seen Luminosity play against a team that is of this talent. So we're not really sure how to gauge it and, you know, where to kind of put it out on the spectrum. We know they're great. They're cracked. Finished second in Worlds last year. And that was just a few months ago. Not much has changed about this roster other than the fact that they stuck around and, you know, stayed together. And they just continuously provide us with great gameplay that just continues to peak every time we see them. So I'm excited to see what they bring to the table. Outside of that one, I'd have to go with the Simplicity and Seminole series.
Yeah, I totally agree with you. I was looking forward to looking at Simplicity Infinite versus Seminole. I would have loved to see XI being played today, considering they're doing so well this season. I think they came up with an upset a couple I guess, streams ago. But that being said, what about you, Gil? What are you excited to watch today?
I feel like those 2 matches are definitely are going to be the key part of all of this deal, purely because, as we all mentioned, Luminosity has been rocking this season. They've been doing it amazing. 11T with the first update, of course, we're gonna try to keep that momentum going. I've already talked about the fact that I always feel like 11T can be a little bit inconsistent, but if they're playing as well as they did last time, there's a true chance of them, you know, going and aiming for a second upset. And on the other side, of course, both Seminole and Simplicity ended up losing their own matchups last day here on Mobile Mayhem. So yeah, I definitely agree with those two being the biggest matchups of tonight.
You know what? I totally agree. I also want to look at Zygnus play just because, you know, I'm a huge fan of Tio. Back in the days when I used to watch Tio, he was popping off, one of the stronger players there. So I'm excited to watch him play Team Zygnus versus Team Mobility. Both teams are not doing as well, but I would love to see that game. Let's jump back and talk about first game, first match, since it is going to be, I would say, the match of the night. I'm sure people can agree with that. But if we had to talk about each team, Verdict, who is the player to watch for Luminosity Gaming today?
For this roster, I was taking a look at who's playing. It's obviously got to be Band. He's been just a dynamic player. No, you know, I'm scratching that. I'm saying Envy. Envy's been a rock. I don't know where I'm even going with this. Every time I've seen Envy play since this new season hit, he has been just running circles around the lobby. I don't know what guy's on, but he's eating his Wheaties in the morning, and it's a great look for him.
Yeah, no, I totally agree. Like, we watched Envy play the season opener, absolutely popping off. The day after that, incredible. You know, I want to watch Washi. I want to see him hit some nasty snipes. We saw him hit some crazy snipes during Worlds, so I want to see him hit some crazy snipes. Plus, he's been joining me on stream saying that I'm one of the most underrated content creators. So, you know, I feel like I have to root for Washi.
Bro.
But let's jump into 11, all right? Gil, who is the player we need to watch who we think might pop off that can be the key player into this game for 11?
Oof. If you ask me for one specifically, I think I would go with Shisui. Probably, I feel like that's gonna be the player for us to watch in this matchup.
Yeah, man, it's crazy because I recognize Shisui and Just from previous seasons, so seeing them back is always gonna be great. Man, I'm excited for this first game. I'm already like jittery, being excited like to commentate on like if we're gonna get like a crazy upset, like 11 upsetting Seminole and then 11 upsetting Luminosity Gaming, you know, and I'm sure all the Latam, viewers will be like, Latam on top, right? So that's going to be interesting. We are getting ready to start off soon. Let's talk about the map choices, all right? Verdict, what do we have for maps and game mode?
Starts Poppy off on a little bit of a takeoff hardpoint, followed by search and destroy on a firing range, begging. Can you please, COD gods, deliver us a game 3? It'd be a control on Summit. As the bands came through, it was Luminosity getting Hacienda out, as well as 11 taking down the slums. I love this series rotation. Not a huge fan of the control, even though I'm begging for it. But I do love this was going to take place in Takeoff to start us off in this series.
Yeah, Takeoff, definitely a great map to watch on Hardpoint. I know a lot of the Pub Stompers, Rank Warriors don't love it as much, but I think in competitive, it's definitely a fun map to watch. Firing range, always a good one for SND. Yes, Summit control, not the best. Very much one-sided in my opinion, but if we get a game 3, that would be fantastic. Let's start talking about who you guys think is going to win. Gil, final score. What do you think is going to be for match 1?
I definitely feel like for match 1, we are going to see a 2-1. And who is it going to go to? You know what? I'm gonna say 11. I'm just gonna go with 11. I'm gonna be going for my
spicy.
And all right, I'm gonna have to wait and see what's gonna happen. But you know, I'm rooting for them.
What about you, Verdict?
I'm going with the obvious. I think I'm gonna be generous. No, I'm not being generous. It's gonna be a 2-0. Luminosity wins this series. They break a sweat, but they get the job done. It's gonna be a 2-0 fashion, and it's gonna be relatively close. That's all I'll say.
Listen. All right, last time I tried doing predictions, I was 0 for 4. Matter of fact, I might have been 0 for 8. So do I have the curse of whatever team I pick to win losing? Well, Luminosity Gaming, 2-1. That's what I got it for. Hey, all the Latams are rooting for me because I'm the one who called 2-1. It's going to be probably a 2-1 for 11. But ladies and gentlemen, looks like everybody is ready up. So we are going to be getting ready to start off. So I will leave these two lovely casters to cast while I am being thrown into the cage as usual. So you guys have fun, and I'll see you guys when we return.
We're going to lock him away for this time being as we're going to go ahead and pay respects to this matchup at hand. It is ready to go. Take off. Hardpoint. Who's ready to rock and roll? It's now or never. We're going to go ahead and dive into the pits now as the P1. Going to be the focus here momentarily, but it's all about the spawns. This map has been played to a T. Who's going to be standing up on top after this one? I'm going to be honest with you. I've rolled with Luminosity. I'm going to double down. I think this one's going to be at least a 50-point win for the side of LG, but we'll never know until we find out, until we jump into the action. And, well, look at this. Timing is impeccable. Game's just now starting.
Right. And, you know, I definitely feel like there's a lot of opportunity for this being a 2-0 for Luminosity. If we don't see that same gameplay that we saw previously from 11T, they need to keep it up the exact same way they did last week. And, well, as we begin with point number 1, the middle control will go their way on the side of Luminosity. Inside of it, I see Washi, who I don't think we've talked enough about my boy Washi just playing with the HBK for the entirety of the season and plenty of other tournaments. And, you know, although I wouldn't say that he's been the MVP every single time, he tends to still do pretty good with this weapon that I don't think I've seen anyone else using.
No, I think you're completely correct. I will say the HVK, I mean, in the hands of a crafty player like Washi is downright disturbing. He's got pinpoint accuracy. The flicks are on point right there. It's Alexei is going to be able to take him down, but Solo inserts himself in the equation. Well, guess what? We're going to dance on over to P2. The staircase is where we're going to see the action take off, and surely enough, takeoff has been fruitful for the side of LG. So, 23-point lead after a gassy P1. We're going to head over to the staircase where we see a lockdown for 11. What I will say is, can't treat this matchup like you treated the matchup with Seminole. You can't go into a hole going into these first set of hills. As a matter of fact, you got to keep it close as possible. Lucifer is here for the contest down low, waiting for the cavalry to come through. And surely enough, Shisui and crew are here to sweep the rug. Oh, no. It ain't happening. LG shutting it down early, and they have put their foot down, Gil. They're saying, hey, we're not going to let these guys get to 50.
You know what, Verdict? There's also something else that I wanted to mention. I don't know if you all knew about this whole, you know, one operator per player, but I think Luminosity are taking it to a whole new level. I'm gonna go ahead and ask you to check onto each weapon on the players on Luminosity, because each of them is gonna be using a different one for themselves. Washi there, as we mentioned, with the HBK. I see Blur with a Kilo. Andy using the M16. There's the CVR4 band, and Solo rocking the Holger. They are just in for the show, and well, the show is within their own terms. They are still rocking now a 60 points lead as we get to see 11T getting here first. I'm intrigued to see for how long, because the amount of pressure that Luminosity is putting over their opponents is just getting more and more overwhelming. The utilities, the score streaks, everything is collapsing into 11T at the same time. You see, it was nearly 10 seconds and the break came through immediately for LG.
Oh yeah, LG just counting their eggs before they hatch. Well, they're counting their eggs and they're hatching at the same time. They get the break there on the secret side. It's a well-coordinated break. As soon as Envy got the kill there, he got the Pred, he popped it. He knew exactly where everybody was going. Right now, he's trying to pick heads across the board as well. LG show, we're just a part of it. So far, so good for them. 21 points only collected off of 3 hills so far. 15 seconds left for grabs, and the rotation over. Oh, Levity just gonna have to cut their losses and rotate over. Oh, that ain't happening either. The connection, the snowball, it's happening. LG here to dominate, and they are here. And they're doing it well. 115 to 21, they got the connect over to P4. Bad thing is, Justice here, and we know how much of a nightmare he can be. Let's see if he can go big here. Needs to find a few bodies. Doesn't account for Solo being in the back of the site, and that is going to be a mishap. A little bit of a miscommunication here for 11, but nonetheless, it is going to be the break that's going to stick for now. We'll see if LG can put their foot back down and get back on the hill, but Shisui coming through with the claw. Now's a better time to go ahead and get into it, right? I mean, you're down by almost 100 points. You've got to find a way to get some success here in P4. Somehow, some way.
Problem being, well, there's seemingly no way. 30 more seconds, and Justice trying to get inside. Finds that kill immediately onto Blur. Turns around. He is willing to go for the next kill and takes it like it's nothing. Goes for the triple. Nice 3-piece going in favor of Just, who now is holding the opportunity to ramp up a few score streaks. Nope. It's going to be spotted there by Washington. That's been the problem back to back to back in the side of 11T. No true control has been held in their hands for too long. Only 33 points as we're heading back into P1 reset and verdict. They are not doing that well as a whole, and even surprisingly enough, I might as well add, Pelon only with 6 kills here. That's not the player that we tend to see, of course, as per usual, rocking that holder, but well, not going well enough for himself, as he is definitely being underperforming in this game.
Oh, he has. P1 open for reset. Let me talk about Washi being one of the players who are underperforming as well. Let's take a look at it. Taking a look at the first set of hills. 8 and 16 for Washi. Double negative, but his team's still double positive in the scorecard. As a matter of fact, they're literally 5 times the amount the opponents have on the flip side. So it doesn't matter if you're frying, as long as your teammates are absolutely playing the objective with you. Is going to find one head with the Annihilator, but it's going to be a complete wipe now. I say that Solo's the last one standing, but 3 in the feed on the blue side. It is 11 trying to spark somewhat of a comeback here in the P1, but bro, has been a little lopsided. Well, I'm being generous. It's been a lot lopsided. LG are just absolutely cooking, and Solo with the 2-piece right there just kind of paints you a picture of what's been going on. He is him, bro. He is not slowing down. Deagle and a Holger in an absolute travesty for 11 to deal with.
Yeah, it's just been just so problematic for them. Inside of the hill, I see Blur, my boy, with 20 kills and 90 seconds inside of the hill will pop up with that Purifier. Waiting for someone to walk by. His ally has been taken down. He tries to go from the backhand push and takes 1, takes 2, make it a 3rd. Oh my god, Blur knew exactly what to do. Problem is that he was unaware of Pelon's presence, but that's not that big of a deal as they have now broken through the 200 points barrier. And you know, man, you said that this could end with a 50 points lead, 50 points victory going in favor of Luminosity right now, being over 150, and seemingly no way for them to be stopped by the hands of 11, who I feel like they've been rotating okay, but the problem is that it doesn't matter if you rotate with 1 second or 20 seconds left, if every time you try to defend those areas, you are immediately taking out of your positionings. And well, inside of it, I see Shisui. They got 23 seconds on the opponents winning this game on the side of 11. I'm intrigued for how long they can hold this push, as I see Band with 35 kills immediately pushing in now with that Sparrow.
Oh, this is tough. This is brutal. 11 getting crushed. Overwhelming pressure. LG is brought to the table. This team has done it relatively easy, right? As we see it now, the kills are going to come through. It's the TAC 5 pop. It's now or never 11. You got to make something happen. 10 seconds left to go here to close it out. Not going to find it here. Solo now trying to be the demon on the outskirts of Secret. Get some shots in. Spraying and praying. The Holger pre-fire. Once it gets a rolling, it's hard to stop, but it is going to be one he finds. Band gets good for the second. All operators on the table. 11 putting it all on the line. They're going to be able to prolong it for a little bit longer. But can they hold off the forces that have been LG? They have been yet to be stopped all game long. It ain't happening here either. Last little push. Shisui's the last casualty. And that's going to be game 1, 250, 266. That's right, chat. We're not making this up. This is what we see on our screen. LG came to play, and bro, they put on a bit of a clinic there in the hardpoint. Wow. 11 looked good last week too, bro. That's the bad thing. Like, we jump into this game, I'm like, okay, I'm hopeful this might be the series. And then we get into the first set of hills, and I'm like, wow. LG are they that good? Yes. Yes, they are.
Absolutely, and that's the thing, right? It's not like I feel like in a way it's just complicated to actually analyze their opponents when you are just that dominant against whoever you may be facing off that day. Here tonight, well, 11 had a good run on the previous day, but tonight on the first game they were not ready for what was coming. A full-on train blasted onto their faces, and as they try to get out of the tracks, it was just not possible. Shisui being the only one with you know, neutral numbers. He got 25 kills like 25 times. But on the opposite end, you got my boy Ben with 42 kills in over a minute inside of the hill. You got Blur with over double positive numbers, 32 to only dying 15 times. NB also with double positive. You mentioned about Washi, you know, not having the greatest game out there, but you know, it is alright, it is okay when the remaining on your team is just doing so fantastic and barely dying as well. That was just a really delight to see for those Luminosity Gaming fans out there. And I'm not too sure if we'll get a third game anymore. You know, I was hoping for that control on Summit. I wanted to see it. And even more so because, you know, there's also the opportunity for, you know, maybe Solo popping that R9. That's always a possibility for him. But we need to get there, and I'm not too sure if that's possible anymore for tonight.
Yeah, well, the road to success is paid in blood, and right now, Luminosity has got their fair share of blood in that game. Holy hell, I'm not quite sure I even want to see a Game 3. I'm going to need to see a bounce-back performance here for 11D. I don't even care if you take a win in overtime. Get the job done, okay? Get the job done. Do whatever it's got to, you got to take. We've been hyping this team up. They came through with the upset over 11D, or over Seminole, rather. And I was hoping that they'd be able to ride that high off until this week, but it's been 4 days since last Thursday. But let me tell you, homie, LG just continuously getting better. Not a good sign for the regular, for the rest of the league. This team is looking just so crafted, so well put together, a well-oiled machine. But we're going to go ahead and bounce over to the Search or Destroy now, as firing range is where we're going to be heading. Need to see LG continue to do what they're doing. They don't need to change anything. Up 11D. Need to find success here early on in these first 6 rounds on the defense.
Alright, okay, ladies and gentlemen, let's get straight into business. Will 11D find any sort of opening, any sort of hope within themselves? We've mentioned how they've been improving a whole lot in Search and Destroy, but as soon as I say that, there's not 1 but 3 kills immediately going in favor of Luminosity. Only Pelon and Lucifer are going to remain alive. Lucifer here holding onto those barrels with the DLQ, just waiting for something to happen. But in the meantime, Bomb is gonna be down. 40 seconds on the clock. Lucifer gonna be spotted, and Pelon is as well. A clean round to begin, going for Luminosity. Man, what a way to crush enemies' dreams that Luminosity has been putting enemies against day after day after day, Verdict.
Yikes. Not a great way to start here. 11, it's okay. So plenty of time to make up here, as now as the A-side hit's going to come back through. Ban trying to peek the angles, looking for that entry frag. Got to get some shots on Alexei, but Alexei's there to shut one down. She Swee's there to take down Blur. And the trades favor 11D. Solo's on a post route. Look at how far he's back in the spawn. Envy, in the meantime, going to get shut down 2v2 style. Washi's been ousted. Shisui does have an idea, but look at the flank here, the wrap. It's so beautiful. Only a Christmas morning could have been a better wrap, in my opinion, but it is going to be Shisui last standing, and through the window we see Solo hop up. Hello, somebody's home. 2 rounds in a row. The bounce back here for LG, absolutely perfect. Couldn't have asked for a better way to close that one out. Solo good in those last 2. The route man always gets paid, and homie got just the graces of great timing and awesome communication from his team.
Absolutely. Clean work for Luminosity, going for round number 3. Keep an eye open for Just, who has already pushed, but there's already someone waiting for you. Turns to the right. Ooh! I'm not too sure how Just got that kill, but he did, and he's gonna probably give the call that they are all pushing towards Bravo. That's exactly what 11T is doing here. Bomb is gonna be down. 40 seconds on the clock. Just about to throw yet another nade towards that area. That's gonna be a smoke pushing through it. There's nothing to be done just yet. He already took 1. Now going for the second kill. Let's see if he can take it. Just moving forward. Alex with a double. Shisui with the next one. Just to finish things.
Super
what
clean.
A clean retake for 11T. That was nearly perfect, I want to say.
Yeah, it's almost like they didn't get clobbered in the first 2 rounds. Now they're doing the clobbering, so I love to see the action. I love the
forget about those.
Yeah, I mean, it's like, hey, we didn't get just 100-point clubbed in the Hardpoint, homie. That never happened. The first 2 rounds, we didn't just get beat to a pulp. They're still alive. 11D. A job's not done, though. You got 3 more rounds here on the defense. You got to do it both ways now, as the flip is bound to come. Solo not been denied all game long. He's good for 2, and the trades are there. Shisui's going to be able to shut down him, but, you know, outside of him, there's 3 already on the A side. Pelon, God tier nade. I don't even know where the hell that came from, bro. He just baked it, chucked it right into the trailer site. No trophies abound there. Blur's trying to peek where that angle came from. And meanwhile, Shisui's already on the defuse. Look at this. This might be a greatness in the making. Shots are going to come through. Nowhere to contest. Blur gets called on his bluff, and his teammate had to make the wrap from the wood side of map. 2 rounds in a row. 11 coming through with some icy rounds. And a great retake there on the plan.
It was complicated, wasn't it? Like, I feel like Shisui immediately took that opportunity to start defusing. He realized that it was just going to be too difficult for them to try to prevent him from defusing. And, well, that was near perfect now. So we're going to find first blood here. Immediately going for that 5B4 in their favor. Rotating all the way around, there's Lucifer with a pistol in hand. Not realizing that they were doing the job of the Tiger, just going over his head alone on his own. Takes one, but not gonna find the second one. A lot of over-aggression now coming down from the side of Levity. You know, I like that they're trying new stuff in here, but that one definitely not it over there. It did not work whatsoever. We're going on to round number 6, last one before we flip spawns. The advantage is only of 1 round going in favor of Luminosity.
No, only 1 round so far. 1 more round to go before we do get that flip in, and a little bit of undecisiveness. Look, 3 players in the stack of the wood site. 1 being your bomb carrier, and Envy's trying to pick the heads off. Oh, baby, him 16, just as crispy as it was in the Hardpoint, and making it look good here in the Search or Destroy. First blood's in, just trying to get the revenge. Not quite there, so he's going to double back. 3 players making the hit onto the jungle site. Bomb is still in no man's land, but they know what they're doing, homie. Don't question it, Verdict. This is greatness, homie. You don't have to worry about why or what or where. Just a matter about the execution. And right now, look at this shot. Where even is Solo at? What is this? How did I not know this was there? Look, bro.
Where you get there, though?
Hey, look. I mean, 11, if you win this, God. I can't wait to see a game 3.
Oh, man. Well, it's going to be really, really difficult. Shisui's still alive, though. Finds another kill here, but with only 25 seconds on the clock, he's got to push forward. And Band takes that opportunity as he is just all over the place trying to find someone. That's the 4-2 lead going in favor of Luminosity, ladies and gentlemen. We are flipping spawns. We are still waiting to see if there's any sort of bounce back, as we recently saw from 11. Those 2 rounds that they went their way were really, really clean, really well executed, as they are now on the offensive part of it. Let's see how they push. Alex pushing through. Trailer will have the opportunity to kill Solo, but only going to be able to do a little bit of damage. The call is going to be made. They kill for Shisui. Just also going to bite the Dawes. There's Band using that Fennec. Fennec in hand. Bomb is trying to be planned. Blur with the sniper shots at a distance. Nothing else can be done in here. The problem of 11 continues to be just how smart the side of Luminosity have been playing round after round after round, ladies and gentlemen. That's the 5-2. And Verdict, what can 11 do over here to try to find any sort of opening in here?
They gotta kill LG, bro. I don't know. I don't even know how to start. I don't even know how to combat this. This is like, you ever seen a freak of a spider monkey? Solo? The jump from the top of tower? I mean, how do you counter that? He's literally just doing the craziest things, and you know, meanwhile, 11 is just struggling to get 1 or 2 kills around. And surely enough, as soon as you fire 1 shot, there's a pack of very angry Luminosity gaming players there just to reciprocate, and it is shut down here. 11 has gone quiet. 2 rounds they have won, and that was, well, ages ago. It feels like 6-2. We're on match point. This one can come to a close here. The drop of a hat. What kind of tricks does Solo have up his sleeve? He's got 12 on board. He's going to go ahead and hop for the tower shot, but the pressure is coming from the backside. Washi looking down the hole. The fort is Lucifer. Going to get shut down. Oh my God, this round is so fast. 19 seconds, Chad. How and why?
Man,
Jesus Christ.
You already missed 2 or 3 rounds. It's incredible what Luminosity have been doing in here. 7-2 on Search and Destroy. 250 to, that was like, I want to say 50 something, 60 something. Incredible performance on the side of Luminosity. 11T just could not, for their lives, step onto that same level of performance. They try their hardest, but the 2-0 is going to come through, ladies and gentlemen. Solo, I think I'm gonna go ahead and ask for a nerf on that movement. It doesn't make sense. I'm always just zooming,
that's
flying across everywhere.
Yeah. That's it. I claimed AO Ralph to be the movement god of NA, and then Solo's like, Verdict, I need you to hold my cup and watch me in Search and Destroy. There were so many places I did not even know you could explore on firing range, and I've been playing this for like 10 years. Not COD Mobile, but firing range itself. Well, I mean, just what a performance there. LG running circles around the competition. Levity could barely put up a fight back. Shisui was your top frag with 8, and then you look down at Lucifer. He has been just one of those impactful players on the map in Search that I was expecting to have at least a 10-kill game, and homie, it didn't even get to the point where anybody could get 10 kills on their side. This was just an outplay of an outplay, and LG coming through with a massive flex. And what was my prediction? It was a 2-0 in favor of who? Can't remember. Do you recall? Hitman, do you recall? I'm gonna bring you in and we're gonna let him out of the cellar. Tell me, who did Verdict pick?
Verdict, you may have said 2-0 for LG, but let's put it out there. My prediction was not that wrong, okay? I said 2-1 for LG, so you know I was I'm still 0-9, but I was closer than Gil here. So,
yeah.
Hey, listen, that was actually a dominant performance by LG.
Yeah.
Banned the first game. I know we weren't talking too much about it during the game, but holy smokes, 42 kills just popping off left and right, and then Solo, God. Those cheeky spots that he went to, I was like, I'm gonna try that in rank. I'm gonna try that one in rank. I'm gonna try that one in rank. It was incredible game. I don't think we would have. I don't think any of us predicted that dominant of a performance. Yes, you predicted 2-0 Verdict, but this point, that was crazy. They had a chance, right? Like 11E, it was 2-2. It looked like it had a chance, but then. Yeah, LG's like, nah, no more games. They're like, I'm gonna do it myself. Solo 13 kills that game was actually incredible, but holy smokes, that was. Yeah, I want to say that I was hoping for a good game, and I would say I'm disappointed. But ladies and gentlemen,
I just wrote 25 minutes that series lasted, and I think we took more time during the break in between the game starting than it took for that Search and Destroy. Wow. Taking care of business to a whole nother level. Yeah.
So short. I mean, like, was 180 point lead in the Hardpoint. They finished that S&D game faster than most pubs. Incredibly fast. That being said, ladies and gentlemen, we're gonna run a quick ad before we get back and talking about our next match, which will be Upper Echelon versus Fierce, ladies and gentlemen. So please stay back, and we'll be right back. Usual, thank you to our sponsors for allowing us to do these tournament, Gorilla being one of them. We also have MGC Call of Duty Mobile as well as Trovo. These tournaments would not be possible without their help. So our next matchup is going to be Upper Echelon coming in from the qualifiers, and Fierce being one of the stronger teams off the back of Rabalo, Space, Teabag, Rihan, and Codeine versus Upper Echelon, Tsunami, Scott, Pepe, Raph, and Sunny. We already know the movement god Raph is going to be playing, so I don't know, Solo might have taken that spot, but tell me how they did last week, Verdict. How did Upper Echelon do?
Whoa. Yeah, Upper Echelon. Man, I gotta go back and re-look at it. I need to get it. I'm just looking at the rosters. You caught me off guard, but also I was taking a look. Something else caught me off guard. Are we not going to talk about Rabalo leaving Seminole and joining Fierce? Is that not the topic of discussion?
That's true. That's true.
That's like numero uno, right? I didn't see it. I obviously didn't read my notes, chat. I'm still well educated, and I just didn't apply myself there. But if I would have looked at the series number 2, I would have said, hey, why is Rabalo in the Fierce slot? Oh, because that was a roster change over the weekend. Holy hell, we had a lot of changes.
Oh. That's crazy. That's going to be a very fun team. Didn't someone else leave Fierce? We had someone else on this team, didn't we? Who did he? We know Rihan, Space, Teabag was your coding as well, but who did he replace?
I don't know if he replaced anybody. I think they had a slot open. I think you can have like a max of 7. But I have to go through and see. Yeah.
That's fair.
I'd have to figure it out. Well, yeah.
Well, speaking of roster changes, did Shotzi change team as well? Because I saw him play for XI versus... was it Cygnus on the LATAM side? Could I be incorrect? I saw something like that where Shotzi
possible.
Was
not sure.
Yeah, man. When a roster locks, anything is free play until roster lock, right? So we'll find out as a roster lock. But I can tell you the stats real quick of who won last week. We did have a XI versus Upper Echelon. So it was a 2-1 win for
XI won.
XI.
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay, I recall it now. I forgot who they played, and I was like, that's right, that was our last series of the night. It was Centurion who came through with a control win. And they even managed to win a an attack round. It was epic. Oh, Hitman, you should have seen it, bro. Slums.
I missed it.
Backs against the wall, like literally came down to a few kills that went in favor of Centurion. Of course, they closed out in a 3-1 fashion. Isn't that right, Gil? That sounds right.
Yeah,
Something
it
like
was pretty much it was like it. Yeah, absolutely. But I gotta be honest, I didn't catch on to that change of player, and that lands onto an interesting mix up of player over on Fierce, don't you think? Revalo, Space, Rehan, Tiva again, CODM is just interesting to say the least,
Yeah.
And then of course on the side of Upper Echelon, there's been a lot of downs more than ups for themselves. So I don't know, man. I'm not too sure what to expect from this match.
I mean, let's be real. Fierce undefeated right now, coming off the win 2-0 versus Galaxia Gaming, and Upper Echelon right now struggling to say the least, but they have the talent. But with Robalo and Space, who have played together before, right? Off the back of NYSL, we've seen them play together, so there's going to be some synergy over there. And we've seen this Fierce team already perform well, right? They are also, both of these teams are in the qualifiers, right? From the qualifying teams, and Space used to, with the ban of the SKS, right? That could change something. However, the last few times I've seen Space play, he's been using ARs and SMGs, right? He's been popping off with that. So I don't know if the SKS ban is going to affect them. But if I had to put a guess on this, I'm going to say 2-0 for Fierce.
Okay. Ooh.
Okay.
That's
I
what I'm
like
going to
it.
put. What do you think, Gil? Gil, who are you putting?
I think I could agree with you on that one. I feel like Fierce with Revalo's edition could be looking even stronger. I'm gonna go ahead and also say 2-0 going the way of Fierce.
All right, Verdict. Are you going to be the contradictory?
No.
No.
I'm going to make a change. I'm going to make an amendment. I still think
Okay.
Fierce wins, but I don't think they get the job done in 2. I think it's a 2-1.
Okay.
Okay, I think they
Alright.
they slay out in the Hardpoint. No, it's gonna be a
And they
2-0.
didn't
Never mind.
Okay.
It ain't happening. Yeah,
I
it's a
was
2-0.
like, wait,
I'm just looking. I'm like,
I was gonna ask you. I'm like, where do you think they're gonna lose? The
Oh,
Hardpoint?
man.
I don't.
Yeah,
It doesn't
would-
feel like that. And then SND, maybe. But I just feel
Yeah.
like you have such good sniper in Space. You have such good fraggers in Robalo and Teabag, and you got Rehan and CODM still there. They are both fantastic players. I just think overall this team is better. Yeah, again, can't sleep on Ralph. We feel Canadian. I gotta give him some props for props too, being a movement god.
oh wait, he's Canadian? Oh, he's definitely
Yeah.
not the movement god. No, I can't. Yeah, he can't
Oh,
have that
wow.
title.
Wait,
Yeah,
who's
sorry.
Canadian?
Yeah.
Ralph.
I missed it.
AO Raf. AO Raf.
Yeah, Raph.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ralph.
Sorry,
Being a
Raph.
Canadian.
I
Yeah.
liked you up until that point, and it's like, oh, no, now you're on the
Sorry,
fence.
did I say Canadian? I meant he's American. Sorry, apologize. America.
Well, he said A, so I guess
America.
it's close enough, right?
Ah, dang it. Oh man, see if Nims could talk right now, she'd be upset at you. All right, she'd be upset at you, Verdict. Oh man, all right. So we are gonna get started soon, but before we start, let's talk about the maps that's happening. Gil, tell me about the map choice as well as the game modes.
Sir, yes, sir. This is going to be this best of 3 between Upper Echelon and Fierce. We're going to start off going in Hardpoint. That is going to be game 1. Then Search and Destroy on Standoff. And if, against all odds, we go to that third one that we statistically are expecting not to see, we'd go to Control over on Firing Range. The bans from Upper Echelon, they opted to get rid of Slums, while Fierce does not want to see a game over on Hacienda.
Yeah, listen, the maps are actually pretty interesting. I love Raid Hardpoint, one of the funner ones to watch. However, that P4 is just, oh my god, the spawns on spawns of kill and death. Spawn die, right?
Truly.
SND Standoff, that is one of the favorite maps that we might see some shotguns and then ending it with control firing range. I don't think I've ever seen, personally, a control firing range. So right now, I know our prediction is 2-0, But could we get a control firing range? That would be incredible. Some of the bans are good. Of the maps, good choice here, but looks like we are getting ready to start. Ladies and gentlemen, I will leave these two wonderful casters do a wonderful job as they always do. I'm going to leave you guys to them, and I will see you guys afterwards. Good job, boys.
All right, lock him away. Don't let him come back until the next series. Obviously, we need him. He's a lifeline. He's a vibe.
Come on now.
Hitman's a vibe, bro. I'm gonna be honest with you. Like, I didn't have high expectations when we were starting the season off, and then he jumped in the booth, and I was like, okay, Hit, I see you. I see you. Been an absolute delight. It's been an absolute pleasure, and it's also been an absolute delight to be able to cast both of you. And I feel like I'm getting spoiled. I feel like I'm getting the best of both worlds. I'm getting my cake, and I'm getting to eat it too. Enough about food, more about COD Mobile. As we're gonna go ahead and fire it up for some Hardpoint on raid. Heading over to the Hollywood Hills of California. Man, I gotta say, if Deanna was here, she'd hate it, but I'm loving that she is hating it. I'm loving it that she's not being able to see this. Unfortunate for her. We'll get to see it firsthand.
Yes, sir. Search and Destroy will be on standoff, but first we need to see these raid. Immediately, I want to stick around with Tsunami for a little bit longer, because using a holder, one of my personal favorites. And in here, he's immediately trying to just take people out of the surrounding areas, but not going to work out whatsoever. The control is being fought back by the members over on Fierce. As they try to get inside, they have not managed to actually clean this area off. Revalo is also going to fall short. I could say the same about Hendra. Wait, who that?
Who that be? I'm gonna be honest with you. These guys change names more than I can ever. I don't even know a Wild Crocodile, and I don't know Hendrix. Yeah, I'm gonna be honest with you. You're just gonna refer to them as Wild Crocodile and Hendrix. Rapallo, we know. Teabag, we know. Space, we know. I don't know Crocodile 8 or Hendrix, and nonetheless, don't know too much about this P1 either, as they're getting outplayed on the rotation. The ringside now is Scraps are what's fighting for. It's OBJ wins games. Well, guess what, homie? You're absolutely right, especially in Hardpoint. Gonna be able to get the backstab there. A little bit of that scrap time to go along with it. So a 30 to 5-point lead. Make it a 25-point lead to be exact. And rotation over the nuke. Guess what? Upper echelon, they've got it. Maybe my prediction of a 2-1 might be a possibility, but this one is just but started.
Yeah, and well, here they are doing a great job at holding themselves. They are on the last brink of losing control, but they always hold strong here now. Scott was the last one alive and manages to pull through here with M16. Scott now, with the help of Wild Crocodile. Jesus, that's a tough word for me. But apparently that is going to be Rehan, according to what I saw over here. So the Wild Crocodile. Jesus Christ. I'm just gonna say Rehan in here with already 5 kills and 60 points going in their way. Burdick, you said it. There's definitely a valid chance of upper echelon taking this the long way. In here, they did amazing on point 1. They had a great rotation for point number 2, but they are now a little bit late to the party on point number 3 as they all begin to push towards this garage area. Scott is on the vicinity, gonna take 1 kill, gonna go for the second one. The movement is not gonna be good enough, and well, the initial hold will be for Fierce. If they do it all right, they might be able to close that gap, but if they don't, this game could be getting out of their hands.
Yeah, the good thing is the spawns don't favor upper echelon. Attack 5 is, though, boy, Teabag getting the environmental and popping one for the boys as well. Here comes the brute push. Second wave of players. Is it going to pan out? Tsunami looking for the heads and the bodies of the players on the opposite side of the screen, but it is Rehan. And Teabag able to hold the fortress down, so all this well in War and Games right now, a war is being held here in P3, boy. Late to the party they were. Late to the party they will be heading over to the P4 site now, or courtyard, or court, yeah, basketball court, whatever you want to say, tennis court, however you want to make the rotation. It's got to be made some point. Right now, it's the battle for noon now, as we see 10 seconds left to go here in P number 3. Garage is locking down. Say bye to all the exquisite cars and say hello to your own personal basketball court. Looking pretty good. Trophy's putting in some work here on the objective. Teabag's managed to get through the cracks, but he's not going to be unnoticed. Araf and Tsunami holding down the fort. They're trying to extend this lead. It's only 20 points. Well, less than 20 points. No, it's more than 20 points. God, I can't add math. Right now, they want it more. They're not comfortable. They're not complacent. They're starving kill.
They absolutely are. And right now, well, I was watching at Revalo trying to get inside the most recent addition here on the Fierce roster, Ravelo with already 15 kills, but that's just not been enough. They are being doubled by the point system here, 102 to only 56 in favor of Fierce, and that's going to be increasing even deeply as inside of it there's more and more control being handed for Upper UE doing an amazing job in here. OBJ wins with 14 kills in here. Raf with 8 for himself. Verdict, you know what? I want to say that the kills are generally close within one another, but the reality is that they control. I think they are, aren't they?
Okay.
Oh, no,
yeah.
I didn't see Pepe. I didn't see
Yeah,
Pepe.
I see
Okay, my
Pepe.
bad.
Pepe is like, he's +4, but I mean, that's not like double positive, right? That's enough to get the job done. I mean, but if you look at it, the majority of his kills have been impactful on the objective, in the perimeter, or exactly on the site, right? So P5 is where it's going to be unraveled. But we see a fight back here from Fierce. They have not looked as great as they normally do, even with the addition of arguably one of the better players in NA, Rapallo. He's pulling the weight, but the weight is too big to carry. Teabag trying to get something going. He's sitting on 6. This isn't really the performance I anticipated out of him. Nonetheless, upper echelon, just making odds and ends work. The objective, it wins games, homie, and come to find out that is Sunny. So we did get some name changes in the vicinity. And that's quite all right. Teabag now happy to hold the fort down here on the P5, but surely enough, Sunny trying to bark and bite at the door. Not going to be able to make it out of the kitchen site. There's a little bit of a lockdown now. P1 reset coming through. 15 seconds before we get over there. Focus now is for the laundry site where we see Hendrix, a.k.a. Rehan, coming through. Oh, that's not Rehan. That's Code. Never mind. Code is going to be able to find one, but he's not going to be able to win one other gunfight, which means it's going to be a battle here for the P1 reset. We're going to go ahead and do our due diligence. Let's go ahead and jump in the comms. Let's go ahead and see how Fierce is sounding. It's a little bit scrambled off of these first objectives. Let's see if they can recollect and regain.
Fuck you, Zig. He might go Zig.
Outer ring got me, bro.
Inner ring and pillars. Inner ring, outer
On the
ring.
stairs is one shot. He's one shot. There's two on hill close. One top laundry.
Yo, there's three there.
No, I lost my fury. Fuck. On
Yeah,
the
it's all
hill.
good,
There's
it's all
two on
good, it's all
hill.
good, it's all good.
Two.
Yeah, okay, we can still win, it's all good.
Flash
throw
on
Some of
the
my bullets are fucking registering. 2 outer ring.
I got one.
Left side, right side, ring.
Got
two. 3.
Nice.
I got three.
That's a break.
Yo, what up?
Oh, bro.
Where?
In the ring, bro.
Yeah, I'm going next from Bronx.
Hey, mid-stairs,
Top laundry.
mid-stairs. Oh, he's going on me. He's missteps.
Missteps dead. It's all good. We'll force TT off next. We're back.
Back kitchen.
All right, got to have that voice of reason. Got to have those comms that are fluent. Right now, it's a little bit of frustration and devastation, right? You're supposed to be tucking this game in nice and tight, like, right? It's not the case. P1, another blunder. Astronomical lead here for the boys over at Upper Echelon. They're making mincemeat of this work. And the transitions have been flawless, bar a P3 last set of hills. So far, so good. They're, like, in paradise, if you ask me, right?
Absolutely right, Verdict in here, about to reach 200 points. And although the set of Fierce at some point in time, they were quite close to evening numbers out within one another, that is no longer the case whatsoever here. Sonny with 24 kills, making that 25 now, taking out the CBR from the ground, finds another kill. This man just be picking up whatever weapon might be on the ground and picks kills with it. That is plenty of time left in here. I sort of feel like Fierce are trying to rotate early, and okay, it is gonna turn out fine as Space took that kill and regains control over on Kitchen, but Verdict, imagine if Space would have died over there, and those 20 seconds were extra in favor of Upper Echelon. I feel like that could have been just disastrous for them. Lucky enough, that's not gonna be the case, but they gotta defend with their lives. In this point number 3, ladies and gentlemen, the difference in these sort of performances between these two teams is really wild to me. I feel like Upper Echelon have done their homework. They have realized how to improve a lot from last time we've seen them, and here tonight they are on the brink of finding point number 1 here on the first game.
Oh yeah, they have. Right now, they have not found success here on this P3 side. Garage. Lockdown currently, preoccupied by the team that needs the points desperately. The hit marker's there from the stun. Intel's going to be given away. The callouts are made. Raph is going to be collected. 2 waves of players have pushed. Nobody successful, but here comes Scott. Can he save the day? Big kills coming through on the outskirts. Space getting a 3-piece there. He's the last hope. He's going to get shut down. No, there's Teabag in the corner. His bullets might not be registering, but it's enough to get the kill with Hendrix combining for it. With 13 seconds left to go, we're going to saddle up for a P4. Will upper echelon get the job done? Let's go ahead and dive in for a quick listen and to see if they can close it out.
There's also one kitchen now. Front door new.
Rocks.
Spawn top.
Front door.
They're coming downstairs.
Yo, one kitchen right now.
I smoked front door point. Front door outer.
I need help on you.
Cubby dead.
I got topper now.
One shot. Dead. Beautiful. Keep it up, guys. You guys are better.
I gotta reload.
One top tree. I have your top.
Top tree.
Top dead.
I spawn pool.
He's still a tree. They're all coming top. 5 men top. 5 men. One snipers.
They're both sides. I spawned pool.
You Pepe. Oh, fucking shit, bro. Eddie dead. I got flashed. He's in cubby.
Right, nice, but Scott.
Cubby dead.
I spawn top.
Cubby, stairs. They're so shit. They're so fucking shit.
Baby, there we go. The positive affirmation that comes. We need you on hill. Bodies are being thrown at her left and right. This is damn near a war zone. Teabag for the back. Going to be able to be good for one. Is it enough to close it out, though? It is not. 250 to 188. We got an upset season in the air, ladies and gentlemen. An upper echelon coming through, making verdict. Hitman and Gil eat all their words, homie. I hope you're hungry because they made us eat them relatively good too. I gotta say that I need seconds, bro.
Just so clean on the side of upper echelon,
right?
They were perfectly communicating everything. They were perfectly just reassuring of one another as to what was going on. There was a call being made that someone entered that cubby, and you know that's the point breaker, the fact that even if you're dying, you're also communicating who killed you, where he went, and how to allow your teammates to make it happen. Fierce, on the other hand, well, they were close on 2 specific points in time across that game, but close was clearly not enough. They were always on the back end of these opportunities, and you know, I can only wonder how much of an impact that mentality that was being put onto the whole gameplay by communicating in a way that I just felt was in a way inefficient, you know?
I mean, inefficient's one word that you could use.
What's the word?
Okay, so inefficient is probably the best term, but sometimes you just gotta feel it. I didn't feel the comms for the side of Fierce. They didn't sound collective. We heard somebody coming through with like, "Hey, we still got this," but I didn't hear any follow back. There was no small talk. I get it. Sometimes you just want to go in the office and you just want to work and you know just want to do your thing. This wasn't a series where that was an opportunity. I can guarantee you 11E is feeling that too. I mean, I could tell you that the comms in that 11E, even though we didn't get a listen in, I'm sure they were very hectic and chaotic, but I'm sure they were also a little more well-rounded than Fierce. Fierce lacked a substance. I just couldn't feel it in their comms, right? We jumped in with the side of UE, and I mean, they were all positive. Of course, they're winning, so there's nothing to be frustrated about, but they wanted it. They were following up with Pepe getting those big kills on the point to break that P4 site. They were able to close it out. I mean, they were just so ecstatic that they were doing it, and it's special. It is very special. I'm glad we got to be a part of that in that particular moment. But something's got to change at Fierce. Something's got to change drastic. Obviously, you add Raballo, so there's still like a little bit of that puzzle that you're still trying to figure out. There's something not right over there, though. There's still something missing, in my opinion.
Yep. Yeah, I definitely agree. I definitely agree with what you said. There's plenty of names that on paper should be shining more than they actually did within game number 1. We're now almost getting ready for game number 2, Search and Destroy and Standoff, and I'm deeply intrigued as to what could happen right now, because if Fierce cannot just do their own thing without being constantly bombarded by these negative vibes in a way that they were holding as a team, I'm not too sure what is going to be the deal over here, but We will now find out, ladies and gentlemen. We are already moving on to game number 2. As I mentioned, some good old search and destroy on standoff. Ladies and gentlemen, verdict, who do you want to spectate first?
Gotta take a look. Who we spectate? I'm on back with Space. He needs a big performance. We'll see if he can get some wall bangs to hit now as the environmental is going to take down Raph. So the nade chuck is successful. Just kind of see where he was at. Okay, he was trying to sneak his way into enemy territory. How dare you? Shame on you. Well, shame on you. We'll see you respawn. So Space we're on board with, seeing if they can find some more fuel. Teabag gonna be able to find one. Look at Teabag. How the hell did you get back there, homie? Oh, that's how.
Gunshot is gonna be fired, and that is gonna be the opening for Hendrix to plant the bomb. Still 3 players alive though on the side of Upper Echelon. Scott currently with 1 kill, trying to push from behind, but is gonna be spotted by Sunny. That is bad news for them. Oof, 2 quick kills will go deeply into the wound of the side of Upper E, not being able to do too much. In a great way to start for Fierce, you know, it was a great push. They took 1-2 kills. They immediately capitalized on that pressure by planting the bomb and went even deeper to find the kills that they needed. Now, round number 2, first blood is going to be in favor of Upper E. Tsunami with a sniper shot over there onto Rivalo. Rivalo will have 2. Well, take it slower this time around as he's got no kills just yet. Hendrix now with a kill onto Raph. Will even numbers out, ladies and gentlemen. 4v4. The 1-for-1 trade is going to have no impact on the availability here for planting a bomb. Right now, carrying it, there's Hendrix. Ooh, Sunny gonna be killed there by Pepe. 3v4, pardon me. And, well, with an odd push towards B, there's T-Bag just waiting over on Delhi, waiting for someone to walk by, and that is exactly going to be the case. Not working whatsoever. T-Bag was waiting behind that head glitch position, but it was not enough against OVJ wins games here. Tsunami will find kill number 2. Number those here on round number 2 and leads Space on an awful situation. Less than 50 seconds left here, Burdick. He's already been spotted, but manages to find that nasty kill there onto OVJ. Wins. Sunny bites the dust. Space still alive, trying to push forward in here. Locust in hand. 30 seconds is plenty of time if you manage to find the opponents 1 by 1, but with no control over with the bomb, that is now going to be your bigger issue, your biggest issue here.
Okay, there we go.
Takes that kill. Okay. Space alive. 3 kills for him across the board, and verdict. Something could happen. Spots the 3rd enemy in here. 1 before could land over there, but there's only 10 seconds. I'm telling you, man, it doesn't matter if you are getting those nasty kills at some point. With time being so short, you'll have to go for that desperate play, and desperate plays is what Upper Echelon takes advantage of as they take that kill and the round to even numbers out, 1 for each.
You know, I'm going to be honest with you. That round shouldn't have gone that far. Obviously, Space is a freak and can hit some crazy shots, but I was looking at Scott. He had the flank. I don't know what happened. What is going to happen here is Ralph's going to be able to open up with the first blood. Rehan's dropped, but it's going to be traded back and forth now as T-Bag's got the 1-for-1. So, Rabala with a little bit of mid-map control. 1 player onto that A side is Pepe is opted to rotate back to the back alley area. Kind of unorthodox. I think I saw him last round onto the A side, and he did so well there until he got picked apart now. T-Bag continuing to press the boundaries here on this B site, and I love an unorthodox play. Is it necessary? I don't know. They're going to give it away for free. We're going to see this hit go down. Oh, no, it's not. What the hell? I mean, they just... do they not like what they see? I'm not sure. Pepe's going to like what he sees. Rapalo's dropped. A minute on the clock, a little bit of uncertainty, a lot of ways to go, and you're getting picked apart. Tsunami from the top blue. Scott gonna get some shots. T-Bag's gonna get dropped. And it's all on Space yet again, 1v3 style. Can he make something happen? He picked up 2 last round. Can he pick up 3 more here? Scott gonna be noticed right on the outskirts. The slide peek! Oh, damn, Space, you're him today, bro. Himothy, Space, and I don't know his name, but it sounds pretty cool. Nonetheless, 30 seconds left to go. Is he really him, or is he not? Rounds the corner, gets an earful with Tsunami right here. Picked apart. Oh, my God. Ain't no way we're going to challenge him 1 by 1. Pepe finally ends his reign of terror. 2-1 lead in the hands of UE.
Oof, you know, Space is having a lot of pressure over his shoulders, and he's trying, man. He is, but it's just not been enough. That's 2 in a row now going in favor of upper echelon, going straight through mid. There's Rav. Keep an eye open for Rav going through the smoke. Slowly but surely will find the opening, and that is the perfect opportunity. Takes one, immediately goes for the next one. His allies are all dropping one by one. And where's the communication for Rav to realize where the actual enemies were at? Pepe now on his own out of nowhere. Out of the blue, that turns out to be a 1v4, but takes that first kill. Bomb is going to be planted. 45 seconds on the clock as T-Bag plants the bomb right now. And, well, now we got the complete opposite, you know. We had 1v4s, 1v3s against the side of Fierce. Now it is in their favor. They're the ones with the perfect opportunity to even the numbers out. Pepe just no clue where to go as we speak. Oh, here's the opponent from the back. That was excellent, but doesn't find that kill. Rivalo will break through that donut finally on this round, ladies and gentlemen. And now with 1, now with 2, but with 3 kills. It took him a while to actually start ramping up those kills, but man, did it work on this one.
Yeah, they're doing work right now. Bouncing back, 2-2. Benchmarker here is probably a 3-piece. If you can get that 3 before you flip sides, you should be sitting pretty on the defense. Right now, they got to get the job done there. Only 2 rounds left here. Payoff round 5th, to be exact. No trades as of yet. Yeah, well, I'll say that as Tsunami's been dropped. Scott's going to get the trade, so 1 for 1 we go. A-side hit yet again. You got Rihan holding the flank there on the backside. But all 4 players kind of squared up here on the B side of things. They're going to have to play for a retake, so it's going to be a clean 4v4. Bombs planted. The reposition now. Rihan doesn't have to go too far, and guess what? Raf is going to walk right into your shots. No, it's OBJ. He's going to bite the dust. And Raf has got to call an audible here. There's no way you ego child this. Love the play, but enthusiasm not quite there on point. Pepe is going to get traded out. Shots are coming through for Raf. He's able to clean 1. It's a 1v1. He takes the gunfight. Rihan wins. Scott, now the last hope here. Advantage is going to go back in the hands of Fierce if he can't find both players, and they're split both ways. You're getting shredded mid-map there on the rotation in. In a big gunfight that was won there by Rihan. I'm going to be honest with you. He had no business spooning against Raf. Probably wins them around right there.
And, okay, what a way to come back now. The lead has gone to Fierce, opportunity to Fierce once again, ladies and gentlemen. This is going to be the last round prior to us flipping spawns. And I want to stick around a little bit longer with Rivalo. He's in a great spot here over on the graveyard. Just waiting for someone to walk by here with a Fennec. He can do a whole lot of damage now. Bomb carried by Hendrix, but not truly pushing a lot. Ralph takes that kill onto Sonny. Great kill to open business up, and immediately pushes for more. The opening for upper echelon as they continue to go forward. Pepe with the next kill is going to be amazing. Ralph, here's the gunshots out of distance. Oh my god, Rivalo just comes from behind, and that is going to be evening numbers out. It is now a 2-for-2 trade verdict, and that beginning of the round was a bit of an issue there for Fierce, but that is a solid way to turn that one around and, well, make it a whole lot more close to one another.
Oh, a whole lot close. 50 seconds left to go. Bomb's down. Scott's down as well. T-Bag picking up the sniper. Is going to cause some more damage as he's made it through the enemy lines. Rabalo there to have his back there. Now they're going to play for the bomb site as it's been finally picked up. Thank you. 35 seconds left to go. Not a lot of time to spare. Rotation over onto the A side. Space, it says it's clear, homie. Pepe's right there to contest. Pepe is him as well. Can he win the 1v1 here? Rabalo says, hell no, bro. Let me get this bomb plant down. Sonny gonna get outs on the rotation. T-Bag shutting this one down in the 4-2 lead. Looking for 3. They managed to pick up 4. And what a way to bounce back here as Fierce putting up some numbers here to search or destroy. Well, forget about that Hardpoint. It happens. It's raid. It's a stupid, ugly map, as Deanna would say. I don't know if she says that, but I could just imagine that's how, you know, she thinks. Yeah, it should be right for Hardpoint, right?
Absolutely, absolutely. Yeah, that's the one that I think she bashes on the most. But Verdict, this is not over just yet here for Fierce. They got a bit of a way to go, and T-Bag with that double kill is going to be making that road slightly easier as they have now a 2 versus 2 at a distance. Space is going to miss that shot onto Sunny. It's also an opportunity to plant a bomb if you had it, ladies and gentlemen, because if you take a look onto the map, the bomb is on the ground. That's going to be a shot now in favor of Space, landing now his 7th kill of the game, and that's now all of a sudden a 1v2 for Scott on his own. Begins to push forward. He knows that Space is in the vicinity. Somehow managed to survive. I'm not even... Did he see that Space was over there? Because I'm not too sure if he was just that confident about what was going on. With a minute on the clock, I just... completely unsure as to what the strategy behind Scott is over here. And I feel like one of the biggest issues for this round on the side of Upper E definitely has to be losing that bomb over there, and no one actually paying enough attention to actually get it closer to the squad. But there you have it. Scott is gonna grab it in hand, but quickly gonna be spotted by T-Bag, ladies and gentlemen. That's yet again another point going in favor of Fierce, 5-2, going deeper and deeper with the hopes to get a game number 3. Verdict said it perfectly. You know, it happens. That Hardpoint was definitely not your best performance out there, but here on S&D, making it a valid effort over there, and they are only 2 rounds away from making it happen.
Rounds away from taking us to a control. The job's not done yet. Need to find those 2, and if you're a UE, you've built a solid foundation in that Hardpoint win. The Search or Destroy has been lackluster to say the least. Fierce is putting you through the blender. So is Rihan. The Wild Crocodile has been spotted. He is on the prowl yet again. Scott dead to rights if he makes any wrong moves here on the site. Oh, scratch that. It's Hendrix coming through, aka Code. Raph and Sunny, last 2 alive. Last hope here. Keep this away from map point. You can taste it if you're the side of Fierce. Just need to go ahead and execute now, as the team has been rampant here in the Search or Destroy. Raph stuck to his guns. You got Sunny on a little bit of a god tier sin. Look at the flank here. Might pay dividends if he can get the drop. Raph's going to be good for 1 there, 2 on Code. And it's in a little bit more of a doable situation. Rabalo's got the right idea. He's peeking the barrel sight, and surely enough, I think Sunny might have gotten a spot on him. With that kind of intel, you've got the B bomb plan. You don't got it for free, per se, but that's about as good as it's going to get, right? And I think the read's there. T-Bag now on the convergence. Raph up top. Dead silence is good. He's going to be able to make the rotation through. Raph is 1 to reach out. Not today, homie. T-Bag sends you back to the respawn. We'll see you next round. 25 seconds left to go. Bombs down. Fierce. Looking like they might be getting a map point here. Barring a miracle, or maybe, I mean, something out, you know, outlandish. If Sunny just God tier sends this one. 1v1 now, but 11 seconds left to go. T-Bag says, you know what, homie? You're going to have to work for it. It ain't happening. 7 seconds left. No bomb in hand. He's on a hunt, but he is not going to find him. Round in favor of Fierce.
I just don't completely go along with that idea or that strategy that Upper Echelon have been putting on the offensive side. They are constantly losing control over the bomb. They are constantly being outslayed by the side of Fierce. And, well, we are 1 point away. We are on game point in favor of Fierce. That's their perfect opportunity. They're going to have plenty of game points opportunities here. Now they completely changed their strategy, and they are deeply pushing towards Alpha, planning it right now. And Raph also, in the meantime, finds that kill, that opening kill now on to his opponent. T-Bag also receiving a lot of damage, but managed to survive. 40 seconds on the clock. Sunny takes that kill onto Hendrix. Now in the inside of Delhi, there's T-Bag, who gets spotted at a distance by Scott. All of a sudden, this has done a 180, but I'm not too sure if that's gonna be enough right now. Space still gonna be alive. That's the 3rd time we've seen Space being left alone by his opponents, and every single time that happens, he has not managed to clutch. That is not a bash on him, but just mentioning that whenever they actually capitalize on those kills is working out in favor of Upper E. And I gotta say it again, I just didn't like the way they were playing on the first round on offense.
No, you're absolutely right, and that was a knock in Space. Homie, it's time to retire. Come join us in the casting booth. We need that elegant voice to guide our journeys here at Mobile Mayhem. Raph has guided this team, though, to another successful A hit. T-Bag and Rabalo is going to be able to get 2 in return, but it is Tsunami who has the upper hand. Space trying to peek the boundaries is going to be good for one. There's the bomb goes down. The double peek. Ralph, too much movement, too much sauce, too much to handle. Teabag. Now the last hope. 30 seconds left to go. Trophies over there going to give away some information, but that's it. Pepe wins the gunny. Ladies and gentlemen, this one is not over yet. We on the verge of a god-tier comeback, or we just wasted time. What is the call? I need you to make a move, Fierce. If you want this one shut down, shut it down here. Do not go to overtime. Well, obviously, you got one more opportunity to do that, but I think if you are Fierce, you can allow this upper echelon team to have any kind of fight left in them. Pepe trying to get the peek through the middle of the map into the deli. Rapallo going to see what he's feeding, or Teabag's going to see it. Doesn't like it. Cole going to be good for the first blood. Quickly traded Pepe there to collect his body. And all is lost here. Fierce have folded under the pressure. Can't close this round out successfully. 1.5 minutes on the clock. Well, it's going to be reduced here momentarily. Bomb's going to go down. Thank you. There we go. Q. Space now. 1v3. He hasn't done it all game long. If he doesn't clutch here, we're kicking him from the lobby.
All right, Space, my boy, left alone. 40 seconds on the clock. What do you got in the chamber? Let's see what sort of strategy he can try to perform here. Yet again on his own. This time a 1v3. CBR in hand was not ready for someone to be on that corner. Pepe, just perfect opportunity, perfectly aiming at the opponent, just surprising the heck off of Space, blowing his mind away, and that is yet another point of goal on upper echelon. Ladies and gentlemen, that was a point for upper echelon. That's all I'm about to say, but we're moving on to round number 12. All of a sudden, this game is not as easy as it was before. Teabag gonna find the opening kill. Teabag now going for more on the inside of Granny's. Hendrix with a kill on the nade by the hands of Tsunami. That is just perfect way to start. Fierce seemingly completely done what was going on. Teabag already heard someone from behind. Receives a lot of damage. Has to back out immediately. Sonny takes that kill into Hendrix.
Oh,
Teabag goes for that kill. Takes it. Space also with a kill. Ralph on his own. 1v4, ladies and gentlemen. Upper echelon with such a tremendous back-to-back-to-back rounds are now on the brink of losing this one up. Ralph on his own. 4 enemies in front of him. Has no clue where they could be at. He's just waiting for an opportunity for some sort of lucky situation where he randomly finds one, finds two, finds a third, and eventually a fourth. But verdicts, I don't think that's gonna be it. Am I calling it early?
Man, it's not over until the fat lady sings. Fortunately, I am fat, but I'm not a lady, so I'm not gonna start singing either. He's flirting with disaster right now. You got Rapallo, who's down on the bottom side. He's cornered, pinched, nowhere to go. If you hop out the window, you've got plenty of action there. He's got to pick his gunfight. Rapallo whiffing some shots, giving him a little bit of a hope. Now it's a 1v3. Teabag set on the mission on the backside here for the broken side rotation. And Raph is able to keep the dream alive. 20 seconds left to go. Nowhere is safe in this search or destroy map. You've cleared it out. You've got out of Granny's. With the hill, the work is still not done. Rehan's going to get the spot. Teabag's going to get the raft. Oh my god. Finally, someone deal with him. Space says, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to a control. And guess what? We are control bound. 7-5 win. Things got spicy in that last round. But it was Fierce who were finally able, after 3 rounds in a row, almost gave them momentum for the 4th, but they shut it down. We're tied 1-1.
Man, if Space wouldn't have had the kill over there, that would have gone a whole lot spicier, because the only one defending the close area to the bomb was Teabag, and well, Raph could have tried to play that head glitch and eventually try to plant, but you know, that's what happens when you are in a 1v4. You are not going to be safe anytime, and well, might as well look at those kills. 13 for both Teabag and Pepe, ladies and gentlemen. 11 for both Raph and Space. The numbers are really even. Actually, might be to the dot. No, there's
one kill. One kill. Yeah.
One. Yeah, exactly.
I was looking at it. I was like, I'm trying to do the math. I was like, I looked at Rehan and I thought he had 6, but it was 8. I was like, there's a 1 kill advantage? No, that's wrong. It's an 8. My mind is playing tricks on me. It's been a long day. The COD Mobile, though, has been absolutely... I mean, they've been delivering, man. I got some bangers in EU in this series right here. It's going the distance already. We're only in a second match of the night. they were in some control. Would have loved to see a little bit more fight or spark out of that 11E roster to get that luminosity game 3, but wasn't in the cards. LG remain undefeated, unscathed, unmatched. They could do the whole thing. They could take this whole tournament and go undefeated. That's a very, very high probability.
Yeah,
there's still plenty of season
is.
for it to happen, though. So there's a lot of room for error.
Well, that was it for game 1, for game 2, and well, we didn't think that could be possible, but we are going to game number 3, ladies and gentlemen. Some good old control over on firing range, and I don't know, man. Predictions, verdict. What are we to expect here on control on firing range?
I'm gonna be honest with you. If we're taking a look at it, this match has been like dead even to a T, minus that hardpoint. Hardpoint was, I mean, a lot of objective being played. The gunnies were hot for UE.
Yeah.
I don't know if they stalled out in that search and destroy, if their creative just kind of like blocked out every bit of like what kind of strategy they could put together for a great round that could send us to overtime. Or was it Teabag that's just finally getting, you know, the connection of the shots? I think that's one of the call-outs that I heard, that when we were in there, I was like, bro, I know that feeling. I hate it when my bullets don't reg. Maybe you're just bad and you're missing all your shots. Well, I would say that normally, but that's not the case for Teabag. I know how capable he is. We'll see if he's capable enough to veer this team into a Game 3 win, or if UE is going to come through for the upset. We picked UE to lose. Well, we didn't say UE was going to lose. We said Fierce were going to win. So far, they've been able to put up one game. They just need one more, Gil.
They need one more, ladies and gentlemen, and we are all geared up for game number 3 control over on fighting range, ladies and gentlemen. 30 lives for each side, and starting on defense, there is the team of Fierce. And I want to keep an eye open here for space. No, actually pushing forward. There was Wildcard. Man, can you say that word for me, please, Verdict?
Crocodile?
Crocodile. I don't know why I'm like having a mental lapse over there, but anyway, two ticks are immediately being taken over there on Alpha, barely losing any lives in the process. There's going to be the 2-man push to prevent that from being totally captured by the hands of Upper Echelon. But we are already getting that OVJ strategy that Upper E showed on Hardpoint here on Control. And, you know, I feel like anything goes here for these two teams.
Oh, I think you're absolutely right. Right now, they've done 2 ticks of progress on the A site. They got a minute still left to play with. The body count is their favor for 2. Bad thing is they don't have great map control, and Hendrix is still on the spawn. He's on a 2 combo, so not that much of a threat, but it could be a problem if you don't resolve it. Ralph finally going to be able to shut him down as he was getting some shots in. I don't even know how that player stayed alive. 3 instantly drop. Hill's not going to be popping space inside. CBR in hand, but the Wild Crocodile here to play. Rihan doing everything he can to shut this push down. Now it's all about the B site, where we see the ticks of progress coming through, and you're spreading the defense pretty well. 3 bodies down. I don't know why the intel didn't tell you, hey, go back to B. You had a wide open lane over there, but nonetheless, they are the pro teams and we are the pro casters, or the pro bots. We're not good enough to play, Gills. That's what I'm trying to say. These guys are. And they're putting on a pretty good show so far. 2 ticks in, no ticks down for the complete 1 minute up. With 15 seconds left to go, you've got to hop one of these hills.
You have to, and well, they have chosen Bravo. Problem is gonna be the lives. Only 5 left on the side of Fierce, ladies and gentlemen. Bravo though takes 2 kills. Hendrix with another one. Bravo is not gonna be taken. 10 seconds left. They gotta go for the push. They gotta do it right now. Pushing here. There's Scott through the nade, trying to survive. Oh, that's the perfect opportunity. 9 seconds left. Only 4 more enemies here. 4v3, ladies and gentlemen. No more respawns. Objective is gonna be captured, and that is a breathing for Upper E, but still not enough. Only 2 alive, and that is Sunny alongside with Scott. Scott and Sunny. All the way back onto Bravo. There's Sunny here doing a lot of damage onto Rihan, but not finding that kill could be the doom of this round for them. 45 seconds. Taking it really, really slow, Verdict. They know how much importance you can take off on this round. A little bit of damage is going to be taken by Sunny. Scott still rotating here. Scott with the M16 has not spotted anyone just yet. 30 seconds verdict. What do you think is gonna happen?
I don't know. Nobody's wanting to peek right now. It's Code who's putting up the most aggressive position. I say that Scott wins a big, massive one in the spawn. 20 seconds left to go. Sonny's going to be able to hop the hill if he can get the clearance. Scott now half health. Rabalo from the top has left, yet to leave the top side of 10. The collapse is coming through. The motion over towards the site. Scott is the last hope now as Code has taken down one. The M16 up close and personal. A hitting. The Holger does. 1-0 after a little bit of a stalemate. That was a bit stale towards the end, but hey, it got real quick, real fast. And a shutdown. The defense wins. No takes of progress have to worry about. This isn't CDL. You don't have to worry about having that defense on round 5 if you cap the points. It isn't how it works. It's all predetermined. And I think that's the biggest flaw here in Call of Duty Mobile Control, right? As we fire into the next round, Scott's going to go ahead and pop the AINE. This might be opening up the floodgates to the spawn trap. Where is it heading? Rapallo feeling a bit salty. Oh, baby, you want seconds. You got it, homie. Gives him a mouthful. Finally shut down, and it is going to be a little bit of damage done, but not a lot of you know, kind of control there to show for the defense.
Plenty of operators are going to be burned on both sides pretty much at the same time. Now getting inside of Alpha, pardon me. There's Ravallo with a Purifier. His allies defending him from the outskirts of it, so that's the perfect opportunity. First take is going to come through. No one to defend just yet. Raf is the one closest to this area. His allies are dropping one by one. Tac 5 is going to be popped by Tsunami. Pushing forward, Raf going to be spotted by the Annihilator by Space here. Second take is now going to happen, ladies and gentlemen. And the lives are still slightly in favor of Fierce after such a close round on the first one between these two upper echelon not being able to defend Alpha. But we're about to find out what happens on B. Oh, Pepe with a sneaky peek over there finds the double onto Teabag and Rihan. Space also bites the dust, and that is going to be really, really crucial as Pepe, well, breaks through the potential push towards Bravo.
Oh my god.
Exposing that opportunity. What happened?
I was just watching. I don't know how Code wasn't able to get that last kill. Raf, who was absolute one-shot, had to flip to the Holger and gets absolutely laced from the spawn side. So, takes a progress, came through on the A site. Now there's no pressure on B, and you have 0 map control. Dead in the water, if you ask me. The comms have got to be a bit frustrating, right? You're not able to find success here in the attack after getting the opening A hit. And nothing to show for it as far as that. I would have liked to see a little bit less, like, holding the wood area and more of a proactive push towards this B site. That's not what we got. 2-piece coming through for the Preddy. Defense looking unstoppable here for the side of upper echelon. Only 4 bodies left to go. It's a hope and a miracle. The paper plane's going to be tossed out by Teabag. He's trying to activate the spawn trap. And homie, you got 3 lives. You got to play him to the T. Teammates are going to be good to have us back. But again, 25 seconds left to go. You've got no lane open over to this B site. And you're wasting operators. I'm not sure this is a call if I'm being too honest.
I don't know what to tell you, man. Teabag, she was like, you know what? It'd be a good time to use that Tech 5. I do gotta add, though. Yeah, that round goes for Operational. I don't know if it's just me, but I feel like Teabag got it twice. Used that round.
In that same round.
So maybe nothing to worry too deeply, but at the same time, you know, it could have
He's using overclock. That makes sense. I think it shreds it down. All you gotta do is get like 2 less kills with Excel or with the overclock on, and it's like basically.
Oh wait, wasn't that bad before? I didn't realize that.
No. It's not. It's just like Tac 5. It's playable. There's like only one tactician now in the mix. I think Zem did a great job of pointing that out in our EU series. We don't have any tactician here for the side of UE, but Space is rocking it. We'll see if he can continue to fire off on all cylinders. He's got 10 bodies to his name. He's going to get shut down. Teabag going to be good for 2 on the trades. A is going to be capped, and that's going to lead us to our first listen-in. We're going to go ahead and dive into the comms of the side of upper echelon and see if they can get this attacking round win.
I can help your barrels. Let me help your barrels.
Alright.
Ready?
Call it now. Call tech now.
Oh, one on fucking B, one on B.
You seen this guy? American doorway. Watch out. 20v20. Watching P1. I don't see nothing P1. They're playing outside center. One's in P1, one's in P1, MP1.
Important round for operators, that attack round. Come on, boys.
Top 10 one shot.
Barrel's half HP. Barrel Dory, American.
Yeah, leave him.
Space by himself.
Yo, play on their
Mid to trailer. Mid.
Tunnel.
Yo, they're pushing jungle. I saw them push jungle.
Space dead.
No,
Nice, good kill, good kill.
Jungle's clean. Play on your... No, go back. I'm
Alright.
playing jungle.
Alright.
No more.
One's 10.
He's 10 sandbags. Watch us go.
Jumping in. Armory. One top 10.
2 barrels. Nice son. 110, Holger.
Yo, bottom 10 and deep. Bottom 10 and deep of fucking B. I have a pred. I'm pretting.
He's weak.
All right, there we go. The call outs there. I'm gonna be honest with you, Chet. You're probably gonna flame me for this one, but is it just me or did Tsunami sound like Kermit a little bit there? Maybe it's just the nerves getting the best. You know what? I'm just gonna shove a pie hole. I don't think Gil has joined us back in. His listen-ins were fruitful. Time has been a little dragging here for the side of the attack. Raph is counting the numbers now as the claw's gonna get popped. They're looking for every bit of utilization. Here comes the Pred. 3 in the back. Chongo, he's getting a bit greedy, but he gets good for 1. And that might be the opening. 2 players left here on this B side, Gil. We might be seeing an attack win here early.
Okay, well, trying to get inside of the objective was Tsunami, but gets spotted by Revival. Then Revival buys the dust by Pepe. Another operator is going to be popped out this time by Sunny. No, that's not Sunny. That's Rehan. Rehan here with a claw. 20 seconds left. When I find Raph takes that kill like it's nothing. Turns around. He hears someone around. Through the wall. Takes 2 now. Going for the 3rd one, but runs out of time. Doesn't matter. He is just buying time for the squad. The Purifier gonna be used. And man, is it going wild over here, but Pepe's effort are going to be not enough over here. With only 2 lives left, and on the very last second, T-Bag finds that kill. That is going to be another one going in favor of Fierce. Ladies and gentlemen, Upper Echelon are being so close, so very close to actually winning one of these offensive rounds, but they are just not truly finding that opening towards that situation. And because of it, we are going to have a match point going in favor of Fierce. And, well, we've already heard the callouts, what the comms sound like on the side of Upper Echelon. So I'm curious to hear what it's going to be sounding like over there on the fellas of Fierce.
There's one barrel right now.
Yeah, I can pull a flank.
Barrel. I can't even see his head and he's shooting me. Barrel.
Yeah.
P1, dude.
There's one barrel's only one. I'm switch to sniper.
You guys should try to spawn trap one.
I'm in their spawn, bro.
Nice.
I'm going to... Oh, fuck.
One, to the right.
We gotta go A, guys. We gotta go A.
What's it called?
Jeez.
On A, hit marker.
Push up on it.
Dude, a fucking American is timing.
He's sitting.
Barrel. Try to get time on B. Or something.
Get him on B.
There's two trailers.
Oh, yo, Cap, go away.
Nice, good fucking shit, Cody.
There's one more trailer.
Yeah.
I got 2.
He's close up mid space.
Barrel's got me in trailer.
Dude.
I'm only B because they don't
Guys, A long, bro. A long, guys. Okay. Go B.
Go B. Just stop the time.
Go B.
Yeah, I'm playing.
We're gonna have to cap. We're gonna have to cap.
Sniper. I'm switching back to Kilo. I mean, they've tech.
I'm getting B.
Good job.
There's 3 in trailer.
All right, comms are crispy. Somebody got to stop time. No way we're brute force pushing that A trailer site, and there's like 4 players stacked in there. There's no way we're making that call. Obviously, they can't see it. We can. Intel, though, for the side of Upper Echelon, they're going to give away the B side for free. 1:22 on the clock. It's an all-out manhunt. 15-12 life count in favor of the attack. Code going to be able to find 2 there with a Preddy. We might be seeing an attack round win if they can count their kills, and they are feasting in the spawns. This is not looking good for UE.
Goodness, Scott trying to spawn trap the opponents, but not going to be enough. 7 lives left, ladies and gentlemen. These got spicy. Upper Echelon on the brink of losing this match. There's gonna be the pop of T-Bag's tag 5, but Pepe finds a double kill nonetheless. T-Bag alive, gonna find 1, gonna go for 2, not gonna be enough. 5 lives left. No more spawns, ladies and gentlemen. No more second chances here. Scott gonna be spotted. Rivaldo picks up the kill onto Pepe. The defense trying to be clutch by only 3 members. On the side of Operational, there's 2 Purifier. The Purifier and the club being used at the same time. Tsunami on his own, ladies and gentlemen. All hope crumbling apart. We said that there was no shot of us going to game 3. Operational made it look really good on the first game, but after that, it was just not the same. Tsunami will bite the dust through the wall. Hendrix Coded takes those shots. They knew where he was at. He could smell the blood through the wall and picks up the last kill needed for a 3-1 lead and an overall series of 2-1 going in favor of Fierce. Man, was not expecting this good of a series to be on match number 2. But now I kind of feel bad on the side of Operational, and I feel like with small tweaks we could have seen something different, but believe it or not, it was really close. But still will go in favor of Fierce, right, Birdie?
Yeah, close doesn't get the job done. You got to find a way to close these games out, and I think that last round where they had an attack round win in their hands and they couldn't clutch it up, that was where the turning point happened, because by that time Fierce had made their adjustments on the attack. They figured out what was going to work. It's all about executing from there. And surely enough, they put the pedal to the metal. They get the B-side cap for free. And of course, they just count the bodies as they drop. Not a little bit of a fight back there. Scott putting up 31, not enough to get the job done. 32 for Code as he leads the lobby. MVP is going to be Raballo, though, as he gets 8 assists with 25 and 22. I think he had the most caps. I think he was the only one to cap. And I'm not capping, homie. I'm being absolutely 100% real. My guy was all over the objective. And you could hear it in his voice. Like, is he, like, allergic to the objective? Because he was like, when we were doing a listen, he was like, I'm a cap B. And he just didn't sound like he wanted the cap B, bro. I'm going to be honest with you. Like, Raballo, can you give me a straight answer? Did you want a cap B, or were you forced to? Or are we forcing D Hitman to join us back? Hitman, talk to me. Did he sound like he wanted the cap B, bro?
I was watching that. So it was a good play by that team to force the B push, because the entire enemy team, Upper Echelon, was playing that A. But Raballo was there, and they're like, yo, someone got on a point, send a point. And Raballo was sitting on an island. Literally nobody around him, and he wasn't even on B. He was not even sitting on it. I was looking at it. I was like, Raballo, there's no way you're not on B. There's literally no one next to you. But I mean, unbelievable. Like, to be honest, it was because of that change. Instead of going for A, they stepped onto B, and Coding with that flank was able to get a couple kills, get their streaks on, and get that B. And then it was just TDM from there. But phenomenal game. And you know what? I am still 0 correct predictions. I said 2-0, they got 2-1. Matter of fact, I think all of us got it that wrong. Even you, Verdict, you changed your mind to 2-0.
Yeah, I should have just, God. My intuition said 2-1. I should have.
Almost had it.
Almost
so
had
close.
It, bro. Dang.
But I'm 0-10 though. I'm 0-10. So
God, you're bad, Hitman.
Yeah,
God.
if I got the same prediction as you, you know you're gonna lose your prediction.
Yeah.
So just want to put it out there. But that being said, that was an intense game. Low-key might be the closest one. And I'm happy that I got to see firing range on Control, because I don't think that's fun. I don't think personally I would enjoy playing on that. It is not. It seems very one-sided, but that's just my opinion. But very fun game to say the least. However, we are going to be running a quick ad, ladies and gentlemen. We'll be back after a few messages from our sponsors. So we'll see you guys in a bit. All right, again, shout out to our sponsors for allowing us to run this tournament. Again, like I mentioned, wouldn't be possible without them. Call of Duty Mobile, MGC, Gorilla, as well as Trovo. Let's talk about match match 3. Team Mobility versus Zygnus. Two teams that we've seen before. Team Mobility coming in from the qualifying round, and Zygnus being a LATAM team. Zygnus, always one of the stronger teams coming in, being invited into the North American one. I'm excited to watch. That being said, what do we need to expect from this Zygnus team? Tell me, Gil, what do we need to expect?
Well, I feel like Cygnus. I don't know, man. I'm expecting to see aggression again because I tend to see them be more of a wait for the opponent to go make the first move and then react to what's going on. But recently, I've seen them more and more proactive with their games, and that's been working out for them with that 2-0 that they had last week against that was versus Infinite Simplicity, if I'm not mistaken. It was really surprising to see them play that way, but it worked really, really good for them. So I'm expecting to see something like it.
Yep, that's gonna be interesting to watch. I love Titio. One of the I used to play with him back in the days, and he was fantastic. And I was like, man, I hope you play comp. He's like, all right. And now he is one of the better players in LATAM. That's me. Yeah. I'm the one who convinced
Craziest
him, right?
backstory, bro. I never heard that before. I'm so glad we got to hear that from you.
Yeah, I convinced him to play comp. All right. Yeah.
All right.
It was back in the days with I don't know if you remember Faisal. Faisal used to give challenges all the time to Titio, so that was when we were used to do challenges. But anyway, I digress, ladies and gentlemen. Let's talk about Team Mobility next. We've seen these players play before in the tournament. Right now, they're currently, not doing too well, but 15 points in 8th place going in today. What do we have to expect from this team, Verdict?
Oh, it's going to be a bit of a bitter rivalry, as you can see. I think this team came through challengers with S-Thug on the roster, but S-Thug leaves, joins back with the squad of Zygnus, so it's only right that we see them square off. And Team Mobility get a chance to, hey, man, we missed you, but we're going to do better without you. We're going to have to see some provings here in this game one. This Zygnus roster has not been the most consistent. As a matter of fact, they've kind of just like shuffled the pieces in. It's great to do that. I think this is a perfect opportunity for the side of Team Mobility to make something happen here. It's got to start quickly here in this Hardpoint. As I was taking a look at the map selections. If you don't put your foot down early on, you're going to get ran right through.
Yeah, let's talk about those map selections since we just brought it up. Tell me a little bit more about them, Verdict.
All right, we are going to be starting off with a Slums Hardpoint, followed up by a standoff on Search or Destroy. And if it does go the distance, Team Mobility are begging for it. It's going to be a control raid. Firing range banned as well as takeoff. And predictions-wise, I got to hear from you because I need to base my predictions off of what you don't predict, Hitman.
Say the complete
I should be last.
Right? Yeah.
Hey, I should be last for this prediction. But that being said, I'm going to... Listen, Zygnus right now, 7th place. Okay. 8th place is Team Mobility by a solid 5 points. Let me give it to Zygnus, slight edge, 2-1. Although I'm rooting for Team Mobility, got some very nice players. I think Titio is gonna frag out, but that's just what I think. But you know what? I'm gonna let Verdict get the last pick. All right, Gil, tell me what you think the prediction is gonna be.
My prediction. All right. Well, with this map rotation, slum standoff and raid. I think there's an opportunity for the side of Team Mobility to bring to a game number 3, but ultimately I feel like Cygnus are gonna take the dub.
Are you doing 2-1 or 2-0? I said 2-1 for Zygnus. I said 2-1. Do you want to be the same as me? Do you want to risk it?
I'm gonna say 2-0 for Cygnus.
Okay, 2-0 for
Cygnus. Something different,
Yeah, I want to say something different, but I think I'm just gonna echo Gil. I don't think there's a route that we see Team Mobility take a map here. I think Zygnus take this one in 2-0 fashion.
All right, we'll see if we're gonna get all 3 of us wrong or just me continuing my losing streak. Looks like the game is on its way, ladies and gentlemen. I'm gonna leave these wonderful casters to do their job, and I will see you guys afterwards.
Okay, all right, Gil, this is it. Game 1 of our 3rd series of the night. We already reached the halfway point. Halftime's over. Teams have powwowed. objective here for this Slums, obviously you've got to play as much of this ringside as you can, but you've got to get those P2 spawns. That's where bread and butter's at, right? We'll see who can get the better of the trades now as the point's going to be popped open for business here in a moment. Mobility have the, they don't have the advantage. They got to work for everything here. They do have the feed coming in their way, but it's going to be quickly returned as Slaya is slaying out right now. He's got enemies in territory of 3 combined. Arounds the corner, it's Cygnus all over the feed, all over the hill. Spawns for New is also theirs for the taking.
All right, great. Good control now going in favor of Cygnus. Kimwax now with 2 kills, but holding this point for dear life, receiving bullets all over the place, but never getting killed until that nade was thrown by Slaya, and then Slaya also died by a nade. Just pure poetry gonna be taken over here as there's only 15 seconds left. We're gonna begin to see everybody thinking about rotating towards B number 2 and getting there first. We're gonna see 2 members of Cygnus, that's right. Both S-Dog and Spades are gonna get in here pretty early in here. And in case you're wondering who 2, 3, 4, 5 is, there's gonna be collapse over here, so just to let that clear out as well.
All right, we'll clear the air. We'll clear the space. Right now, the hill is going to be cleared of any and every team mobility player that's made its way over. The spawns look pretty dang good for Beetle as he rounded the corner. Cygnus were just there in numbers. And that's been a story of the case here for P2 popping open. 15 seconds in, 15 seconds collected. The test finally going to come through. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Who do we appreciate? Claps. That's right, Claps. But he is going to get shut down. Slay is the last hope here on the objective. The contest is going to be there momentarily, but it is Cygnus getting the clean sweep and the full wipe now. 30 seconds left to go. It is still plenty of time to scrap for. Can't allow this team and Cygnus to snowball. S-Dog, oh, baby! All the way up. He is into the sights. He's going to go ahead and he can do it both ways. He's going to dump the spawns out, and he's still alive. Deagle is just enough to get the job done. Wow. God, S-Dog, bro. I know you feel for your old team, but homie, you ain't got to do them dirty like that. They got families, bro. He is just untouchable right now. Finally shut down. Maybe this was like a fold of the flag. Like, hey, you can take me now.
Like
yeah.
He went down by his own terms. He was
exactly.
Like,
you don't kill S-Dog. I kill me, but you got to do it, though.
Oh my goodness, S-Dog. That was just incredible. That was a 12 kill spree with the weapons as well. Incredible performance over here, and well, that definitely helped the squad also capitalize on the rotation towards point number 3, collectively just denying that entrance to the opponents. 85 to only 16 on the side of Team Mobility. Birdie, you called it. It was just gonna be no shot for Team Mobility, and at least as of right now, we've seen 3 points, and that's clearly been the case. 20 seconds left. That Space is gonna be more than happy to bring in for the squad. Problem is that from behind there's the push by Beetle. Beetle takes that kill and immediately tries to get inside. Slaya with Annihilator, and I find that kill onto S-Dog. S-Dog may be near immortal, but against an Annihilator, you are as weak as a paper if you're landing those shots by the hands of Slaya. That's scrap time. It's gonna be good, but you know, they have been struggling like crazy, but the scrap time is going to be good. And not only that, Verdict, but the rotation is going to be efficiently made on the side of Team Ability, and we're about to find out if that is going to be a good enough defense or not.
Oh, look at Beetle. He's getting the choke point shut down. He's only going to be able to find one legend now, popping the Purifier. Vortex goes big at a time of need. Right now, the need is for the objective time to be played. Cygnus have yet to get the waves of players in. Bright shutting down the Purifier. S-Dog might have been immortal, but it's far from P2. And we haven't seen him really do too much outside of that. He was 14-3 on that rotation to P3, and he has not picked up more than 2 or 3 kills since. As he is going to be able to find 2 in the feed. Maybe I just need to say his name, and he just absolutely activates. Surely enough, it's not going to be enough for the break. Yes, it is. Cygnus cannot be denied here in P4. Mechanic is like no other. And they have been paid through and through. 110 to 64. As scrap time is going to be collected, Cygnus have all the cards in their hands. They are not looking to give this one away. And surely enough, what better way to say, hey, I've got everything in the hand than just pick up the scrap time and then go ahead and get the setup for new. As the spawn's getting settled down for the P2 rotations, they're thinking about old and they're thinking about new. So I love the rotation here. I love the press. And I love the Preddy. Oh, man, the gunnies are just too hot. Cygnus are just feeling it right now. They are feasting on this Team Mobility roster.
Absolutely doubling the points that the opponents have right now. Inside of the hill, Kimwax is going to be left alone, but managing to survive as he, eventually dies to the hands of Leia. As Leia immediately bounces inside of the hill, tries to help his allies. Now going to be covering that Briggs angle and takes that kill onto Spade, turns around, waiting for the next one, trying to push through blue, but the timing was just not there. Detru here with the Holger through the wall, finds the kill onto Leia, 20 seconds left. Now, I want to see that rotation for Team Ability if they want to go for any sort of comeback momentum to be brought upon themselves. The spawns are going to be atrocious for Cygnus. As Detru got killed, he spawned all the way back into point number 3, and that's not gonna work out for you if you are seeking to get control over point number 2. Numero dos now inside of the hill. There is going to be Beetle in here, gonna be spotted by Kimwax immediately getting inside, but Claps gonna knock him down. That retake, that control, Team Ability, ladies and gentlemen, are back again. But it seems like S-Dog, oh my god, if S-Dog does it twice,
oh man,
he's already got a triple kill. Goes for the 4th one. Okay, Bride. Okay, Bride. I don't know what the deal is with S-Dog and point number 2, but my boy goes ham whenever that's the case here.
Oh, ham. All ham. No baloney. Guy putting up numbers right now. Cygnus continue to hold down the ranks of P2 sites. The back spawns solidified. The point all theirs. P3 is where we'll see the saddle up here for the team mobility. Team Cygnus are knocking on 150 and counting. Rotation over to new is going to be proving successful now as the breach and the bump is going to come through. S-Sug has popped the Fury. He's looking for blood. He's going to find one. And surely enough, here comes the paper plane along with it. Legend drop. 3 players left here, or make it 2 actually for Team Mobility. They don't have the numbers, and they are going to be enough to hold off S-Sug. So the first initial wave here as the point has not even been opened yet. But we got all out chaos and pandemonium. While we're dealing with all that, we're going to go ahead and get queued up for a listen, and we're going to see if the break comes through here for Team Cygnus now as they have struck the 160 marker. Let's go ahead and dive in for the comms to see how they sound.
Tiene puri punto, tiene
Puri punto.
Muerto uno. Muerto el otro, buena. Londri.
Dentro de Londri, Ani. Ani Londri. Londri, pushea.
Muerto Iglesia. Con, duro.
Parkour.
Londri entrando.
Main.
Dos Londri.
Blue one. Ah, para, dos iglesias.
Hay 2 iglesias, tocados los 2.
Tengo uno main, dos nuevos, el secret.
Main, Detri.
Otro main de nuevo, main. Secret carro rojo.
Uno con.
All right, we've got a chance to sound off and queue up for the listen in with the side of Cygnus. We'll go ahead and double down for a quick listen in as comms are going to be the only kind of audio that we get now as my game's crashed. But I got the iPad up and running. It's just not going to provide any kind of audio. So we'll go ahead and double down for a listen in with the side of Team Mobility.
Core.
Core pushing you, Battle.
Yeah, he pushed from behind. He's holding when he's right back.
Nice.
On here, one shot.
Go ahead, push. Both of y'all push.
Push. One deep.
In the left. Annihilator in the corner.
And one stat. There's 3 hell, bro. Hold next.
I need that.
60, bro. Full 60.
Breach on this.
They're going blue side. One's going blue.
Not a lot going in those comm listen-ins, but hey, you know, we had the opportunity to dive in for both, and Cygnus, man, they sounded like they were having a good time.
You know, I was just confused as there was a call out made by Cygnus saying they are at church. Where's church in this map? What?
It's the steeple. I mean, it's where all the, I don't know. I have no idea. Church is probably not the best. Maybe it's like,
I've been trying to figure that out ever since I heard it, man, and I got no clue, but whatever that was, it was probably a good call out, but because my boys over on Cygnus are killing it still. 20 seconds away from success, ladies and gentlemen. 20 seconds that are coming faster and faster by the second spades. The one inside of the hill being held by Kimwax. The Tio buys the dust. Spade's still alive. No, eventually he gets killed as well. Kimwak's now going for the retake. Not going to be enough claps there with the use of the tag fire. Will manage to survive. 15 seconds left in this kill. But ladies and gentlemen, Cygnus do not care about P1 reset number 3. They are already moving on to point number 2. They got the spawns. They got the control. They got S-Dog on just demon mode whenever he's in here, so I think we should give him some opening room here as he finds first blood and immediately pops up that purifier. He wants to be helping the squad. He hears Bright, goes for that kill and takes it like it's nothing. A little bit of pre-fire, not gonna find anyone just yet. He hears that the call is gonna be made. Another double kill with the purifier, goes deep for more. Bright is gonna say no, but that's more than enough control given in favor of Cygnus to take the dub. 250 onto 171 and verdict. That is the second 40 bomb we've seen tonight, but I just loved the way S-Dog was playing on that game, man. MVP completely deserved, and I just realized Kimwak's, although he was to my eyes the one and the objective, he was not. 42 kills for him as well. Back in the day, I think he tends to play anchor most of the time, but in here he was just slaying out everyone.
Oh, he was slaying. P2, though, it's owned. It's been marked. It's S-Dog stomping grounds. It's a playground. If anybody calls it anything other than S-Dog's playground, they are wrong, homie. He was locking it down, bro. Went on a 12 streak early on, man. He was unstoppable, untouchable until he was touched. But, I mean, even when he was, it was like, hey, I need you to kill me so I can spawn on the other side of the map. I have no more ammo. I can't continue to keep frying you kids. I'm tired of doing that. Give me something new to play with. 42 and 24. What a freak of a game to open up this series. Against this old team, man. Team mobility got to feel a little, you know, some type of way after that one. I know I would. Let's see if they can find the words or the gunnies to prevail as they take a big loss in the hardpoint, but it's a lot closer than we anticipated. 250 to 171. This one started out to be like 113 to like what, 12?
Something like that, yeah.
Okay, all right. So I mean, it's potential for a game 3, but. Absolutely. I need a 2-0. I need my pick'ems to go through. I need Hitman to be wrong yet again, and I need to have that power over him. That's just me.
All right, and you know what? Also, something that I don't think we touched on was that Space almost joins the 3 minutes mark, the 3 minutes club. We've only had a handful of people reaching that mark. He was 3 seconds away from doing so, but outstanding nonetheless. You know, 2 minutes and 57 seconds. Great job done here there for the OVJ Spades. And well, we are nearly starting with game number 2. We previously talked about it, search and destroy on standoff, and we are going to begin with the side of for a second I was about to say operational, but no, Cygnus on the offensive, if I'm not mistaken, over here on standoff. And I've already said it, I think that in the past they tend to be defensive on search and destroy, but I would not be surprised whatsoever if we see some hyper aggressive strategy coming down from them, and even more so that they are on the offensive side as well.
Okay, well, we're going to see some hyper aggressive plays coming through with Cygnus. Looking for the clean sweep. Team mobility looking to hang on, take us to a game 3. First 6 rounds on the defense, got to be flawless. I think you got to take 4 if you're being honest with yourself. Cygnus, you just got to continue doing what you're doing, slaying out to the highest capacity and playing all the angles that are necessary for you to close this one out in a 2-0 fashion. See if they can get the job done now as the map starts. Detri is going to be your lead sniper, who's looking for the shots up top blue. Nobody's home as of yet. What he doesn't know is someone's right in his face. Looking to get into the granny's house. He's done so, but is smart and going to go ahead and double back in the backside of the rotation. Bright is going to get traded out as well, so no bad deeds undone. Well, Beetle's going to be able to find one as well. The HVK, it's unorthodox, but it's playable. Surely enough, Legend going to give them a free kill right there. I'm going to be honest with you, homie. I didn't know if that was a play or not, but it obviously wasn't because you are not alive.
Well, honestly, that HVK, okay, working out once again. And Beetle already with 1 kill for his name. 2 for 2 trades, bomb in the hands of Kimwak's. And, well, man, there's no clear path, but seemingly they want to build it themselves going towards Alpha. First blood there for S-Dog onto Beetle. Beetle to the ground. Bomb could be planted right now by Kimwak's, and that's exactly what he's doing. Now going for the retake is gonna be Slaya and no one else duty because Claps bites the dust. Esther with kill number 2, bombs down. Slaya through the wall, gets killed by Kimwax. Everybody just be loving those wall bangs every time. Just tracking someone through a wall has something so great when you manage to do something like that. I'm sure they are happy, and even more so as they take round number 1 to their name on Cygnus.
Legend did a great job of finding those first bloods last round. We'll see if he can find anything this round. He's lurking around the middle side of the map. Smoke is going to give him a little bit of clearance. Does he know there's 2 players there? It's good for 1. Kimwax doesn't see it coming. Bombs dropped. Legend making some legendary plays here as Detry's going to be able to get 1 trade in. Not enough to stop the bleeding, though. Spade's going to drop. S-Thug and Detry, now the last hopes here. Bomb down, you got a 2v3. This is certainly doable. You got plenty of time to make something happen. There's no need to panic. There's no need to rush. Legend going to continue to push the boundaries. Might pay his price for his life. As S-Thug is going to be able to hit some shots, but he forgets about him. I don't know what this was. You know the guy's right there. You've got to continue to poke and prod to get that player advantage. Legend. Was that 4 or was that 5? He got the ace there, didn't he? No, I think he got 4. I can't count, bro. No, he got 4. He got picked up 1 last round. That was 4. Okay, we're not going to celebrate it, but it was a hell of a round for him. And a great way to bounce back. Team mobility right back in it.
He definitely was, and I want to see what he's going to be doing next. Now Cygnus going to be tied up 1-1, pushing really aggressively towards Grannies. Legend has heard them. Bride knocks down. Legend just waiting, patiently waiting for someone to walk by. First one is going to be Kimwax, I think. No, that's the Tio. The Tio bites the dust. Legend was ready for it. Kimwax answering back. Legend turns around, goes for that kill. Kimwax is going to take the double like it's nothing. Still carrying that bomb. A boy B killing it. Detry with a sniper shot over onto the head of Claps. Beetle on his own with a Fennec in hand. We'll try to go for the retake 1v4, and there's only going to be 45 seconds available, ladies and gentlemen. Only 45 with a Fennec. It's going to be tremendously difficult in here. You've already been spotted. You've been tagged down, flagged to the head, receiving as much pain as you can. Somehow.
Oh, baby.
Oh, my God, Kimwax. Okay, I know that kill was yours pretty much no matter what, but just going deep with the gloves. It's all right. It's okay. 5 kills for Kimwax. I'm telling you, man, today's the day of Kimwax. He usually tends to be, to my eyes, a player that tends to be either average or slightly above average. But tonight, he's been shredding.
Oh, that's a based opinion right there. Kimwax a god. Okay, maybe he has been a bit subpar, mediocre in some points, but this time it's not been the case. He's been on a burner, right? He's 5 deep here in the Search or Destroy. And he dropped 40 bomb in the Hardpoint. We'll see if he can continue to hold down the fort now. Slayer going to be able to hold him down. Slayer is good for the 2. No S-Stuck shutting him down. So, trade's been bound 2 for the price of 4. Legend, you did it in the first 2 rounds. Can you find something here sparked up in a 1v3 now? It's a minute and 15 on the clock. Bomb's made its way over to the A side. Tatio's going to spot him. Butt naked challenge never pans out, and Legend makes you pay. 8 on board for the Madman. He's cracked. He's crazy. But now is the impossible task, is to 1v2 with the bomb going down. The clock's going to be reduced to 45 seconds. S-Thug's got the call out. He's looking for the rotation on boxes. I believe he spotted them. And look at Spades. He's looking for the collapse. They're looking to combine the swing. Shots are going to come through. S-Thug shuts down Legend. And 3-1 now. Team Mobility yet to get back on board. And Cygnus continue to run circles around this team, making it very difficult in these latter halves of the rounds. I mean, obviously, you get it down to a 1v-some scenario. It's almost yours by default, right?
Pretty much, yeah. And I just feel like Legend is about to get an hernia from trying to carry the team right now. 8 kills for him. Just pretty much tripling the amount that everybody else collectively has been able to do here. Beetle is going to be taken down. Legend is going to be tacked down, flagged down. They know that he's over on dailies, which is a little bit of damage. Tries to back out of there as quickly as possible. Manages to survive, but this is still a 5v4 in favor of Cygnus. Oh, actually scratch that. Plenty of people are going to die pretty much at the same time. All of a sudden, it's a 4v2. 4 versus 2. Yet again, Legend manages to secure his own life, not wanting to die. Pretty much being on the brink of dying plenty of times this round, but okay, there you have it. Claps Gonna find that kill onto S-Dog. A little bit of jiggling room, but that's just not going to be enough. Spades takes that kill. Legend is yet again, ladies and gentlemen, on his own. 30 seconds on the clock, and Legend is gonna be caught in the middle of trouble. He was trying to flip weapons. I feel like that was the right move. If he would have done it half a second earlier, unfortunately enough for him, Kimwax is gonna be too early for the party and ruin everything for Legend. That's a 4-1 lead for Cygnus.
Yeah, back's got to be broken at this point. He's got a large backpack and mini mobility players in it right now. The flash and the smoke. It's going to force Legend to continue to push up. Had no idea what he was walking into, and surely enough, he gets dropped first in, first out. Two players left standing. We're only 20 seconds into the round. It's already been dictated. Cygnus have the control. They've got the map all the way turned up. And with Slaya and Collapse trying to just stay alive, bro. But there's a difference between surviving and living. And right now, they are not living their best lives. Bomb's going to go down. That's going to make things even worse as the race against the clock, as well as 2 or 3 players to deal with. Not favoring. A site has been abandoned. But surely it has been covered now as the hit is coming through. Deli side rotation. 2 players immediately in the vicinity. You got one on a crazy off angle over at boxes. Slaya trying to make the rotation in. Spades is going to read it. The laser is going to give away his location. Claps to last hope. 18 seconds left to go. There's no Legend. There's no win. 17 seconds left to go. Bodies have already been counted. They're up for the count. As we flip sides, 5-1. It's been a brutal affair. Cygnus making it look easy on the offense. And now they got to sit back and relax on the defense. How aggressive do you think they're still going to be?
I'd say the exact same way. Right now, they are all collapsing on the side of Graveyard. The one pushing forward the most is going to be Tatillo, but a little bit too hard to handle over there. Gets spotted by Slaya, bites the dust. And the first blood going in favor of Team Mobility could find some sort of open room for a strategy over here. Detri gonna be caught in the middle of trouble. Legend gonna find that kill. There's gonna be the retake for Estar as he picks down onto Beetle. Slaya also bites the dust, but in the meantime, Bright also took down Kimwax, and that's gonna be a 3 versus 2. Ooh, scratch that. Space that takes that kill onto Claps. 2v2 now, bomb on the ground, and that could be definitely an issue on the side of Team Mobility. That's exactly why I see Bright just surrounding this area, trying to go for it. Legend once again through back alley. Gonna check onto Deli. He kinda has a funny feeling that there's someone over here. And he's absolutely correct about that. With the jump shot, takes that kill onto S-Dog and leaves Spades on his own. No more teammates for my boy Spades. Currently with 8 kills to his name, but on the other side you got Legend, the only player so far this game with double digits. Spades, if you want to tie it up, you gotta take those 2 kills. Let's see if you can. Bomb is gonna be planted, but the timing could not be right for Spades. He hears that it's been planted. He knows that he's behind that bomb, goes for that kill, but does not land a single shot. Could not for his life land any of those. Now goes out of that situation. He's trying to confuse the opponents, but he only confused himself because Bright, he knew how to hit the nail in the head. That is gonna secure the 2nd point in favor of Team Ability, starting in a great way as the defenders, and well, effectively just, I'm guessing, trying to start some shift in momentum going that way.
Oh, shifts in momentum? Absolutely. But you still got a long way to go. Obviously, you got to take it round by round. It's 2-5. Can't have too many mistakes moving forward as we see the 1-for-1 trades. Legends, your top frag. He's your carry. He's your backbone. Can't afford to have that break early on. Well, we'll see him next round. Slay, going to be able to pick up the slack, though. It's 2-for-1 we go. Kimwax and Detri are out, but with S-Dog and Spades alive, still a lot of hope here for the players over at Cygnus. We'll see if they can hold down the fort now. They'll get where Spades is. Anybody comes through on this statue tank, he's got to lock down, right? No kind of backup either, and I'm going to be honest with you. I don't know if this is the play. At the very most, you get 2, but you're traded, and you're back at square 1. He's not going to find 1. That's tough. Bright going to be able to oust him there as the hit over towards the A side is going to pan out successful. Tatillo going to chuck the Hail Mary. Is it going to hit? Oh, baby, Slaya with a slither of health, able to stay alive and get this bomb plant down, but the collapse is coming. S-Dog on the prowl. He's going to be the first initial point of contact, but it is Tatillo coming through with the crispy shots. Make it 2. But he's going to get dropped. S-Thug, the last hope. Slaya shuts him down. What came down to a 1v1. Wow. What a round it was. Team Mobility able to hang on. And the comeback is still alive here as they are closing the gap slowly but surely, taking it round by round. They've done so far since they've gotten a flip. And so far, so good for them, Gil.
And I just feel like Tatiyo just got caught in the moment. You know, he took those 2 kills and he was like, I want to get more. And, well, eventually got killed himself for that same reason. As we start round number 9, ladies and gentlemen, the first blood is going to be in favor of Cygnus by securing that kill onto Beetle. Now, pushing all the way around, there's Legend, who's been spotted now by Kimwax. Taking a huge chunk of damage, but manages to survive. Oh, that hurts to see. Legend was going for that 12 kill, but unfortunately enough, not going to be the case. And with the MVP of the team mobility player, that being Legend, that is just bad news for them. Yeah, they took 2 rounds in a row, but look at it. Oh my god, who is that sneaky fella over there? I think that was, I don't know who that was, but got killed. Kimwax bites the dust. 2 for 2 trades. The opportunity to plan over on Bravo, but keep an eye open for S-Thug. S-Thug inside of the blue house on the first floor on the staircases. Detry through the wall takes that head onto Bright. That is securing the round pretty much. They are just playing with their opponents by every single time making them go back and forth. Detry now with the second kill this round and Claps is on his own 1v3. No control of the bomb. Only 30 seconds left and verdict. I think that's going to be yet again another point going in favor of Cygnus. And effectively putting a match point situation in their favor. He Clap doing a lot of damage, but a lot is not enough. Detry taking 1, 2, 3 wombo combo to his name and securing the 6th round in favor of Cygnus.
There we go. Cygnus, inch by inch. They are taking miles right now. They are 1 round away from shutting this series down to 2-0 fashion. S-Thug has been absolutely dynamic. On the flip side of things, Legend, need you to stay longer than, you know, the first few seconds of the round. He's found himself in a little bit of a enemy territory kind of scenario, and this is an angle he hasn't played yet, so the opponents aren't going to expect it. What he doesn't expect or anticipate is 4 players stacking right here on the outskirts of barrels. It's going to be a party for somebody. I just don't think it's going to be for Legends. We'll see if he can find something as we see Detry now peeking on into the cubby site. Hit over towards 8 has been delayed. Tatiyo is going to be able to find first blood, but here comes Legend, able to pounce there as he splits the enemies. S-Thug looking for blood. He gets clapped. Kimwax, you want some, homie? Okay, Kimwax is going to give him the business, but damage has been done. 2 for 2 style. Minute 11 left on the clock. Bomb still in the hands over at the players of Team Mobility. Beetle struggling to get on board here with more than 2 kills. Very unfortunate, but is going to be your objective player. They don't know it. Kimwax doesn't know it just yet, but this bomb's going down. Surely the timer is going to start, and he'll have all the information in the world. Now, 3 players left standing versus 3 players of Team Mobility. I'm looking at Kimwax. He's got prime time positioning. Beetle's going to be good for 1, but he's traded out. The call-outs are on point. The bodies have been dropped. And that is it, ladies and gentlemen. Cue the music. This series is done.
Cue the music in. Indeed, 7-3 Cygnus taking it home. We said that there was a high chance of this being a 2-0 victory in favor of Cygnus, and that's exactly what's going to be the case, ladies and gentlemen. S-Thug doing a great job this day. I can say the same about Kimwax. Spades also killing it as well. That, you know, I want to say that the same that I said about 11T having some room to improve themselves. I can say the same about them. You know, they of course there's Kimwax, there's Tatiyo, and there's S-Thug who have played together in the past, but yeah, S-Thug has been in and out. I can say the same about Kimwax, Tatiyo as well.
Did you just call Kimwax mid?
What?
Because you were just saying he was mid. No, I'm just kidding. Kimwax has been in the years past. He hasn't been very impressive, and I gotta say, for him to like spark up and kind of show like shines of some kind of excellency, it's a great thing, because this was an investment that's like what, 2 years past.
Yeah,
and they're finally starting to collect on that 2-year investment. That is kind of tough, but I love that they have been consistent with keeping him in the roster. And that's all I have to say about it, because I have not seen an improvement up until this point. Just like I haven't seen D Hitman in a very long time, and we're going to bring him back on screen. Hitman 2-0. I called it. Go ahead and say it. Who's right?
You're right.
Okay, thank you.
And Gil, I'm 0-11 now for my prediction. I still called the right team to win. However, did not get the right number. But yeah, I mean, look, S-Tuck playing against his former teammate, popping off with 43 kills, and Kim Wax, I want to say basically back-to-back MVP. He had 42 kills on the first game and MVP in this last S&D game. Talking about mid, come on, guys, you can't be talking about mid when we talk about Kimmy Wax. I call him Kimmy Wax, it's Kim Wax, I apologize. But yeah, showing us, like, look, you're talking about the TO too much. Look at me. I'm the top fragger now. But yeah, dominant performance by team, I almost forgot their name for a second, Cygnus. So used to this team dominating every single year, and right now they're gonna get that 2-0 win against Team Mobility. Was it the result they were expecting? Yeah, I think so. I think it was the result that most people were expecting. That being said, very good game to watch coming up. But before we talk about that, let's run another quick ad, aka take a little quick break before we talk about the next matchup, ladies and gentlemen. All right, we are back again. Shout out to our sponsor for allowing us to do this tournament on a weekly basis. Again, MGC, Call of Duty Mobile Trovo, as well as Grilla. Let's go ahead and talk about our final game of the night, Infinite Simplicity Gaming against Team Seminole. So on this team, we do have Infinite Simplicity with Kings, Cartel, Carlinhos, Jan, Awaken, and on Seminole, we do have Jez, Slothy, Zai, Hacks, and Forsaken. If you may have noticed, we do not have Rabal on this team anymore. He is playing currently on Team Fierce, and Veg is stepping out for today. So we are going to have Slothy. That being said, let's see what this team can bring today. Tell me more about the Seminole team, Verdict.
This team is like a pack of like hungry wolves. So you take a look at it. Anybody knows that tribe team original team consisted of Vague, Slothy, and Jez. Well, those players are on this roster, and they picked up some more additions that might be, if not better, very comparable to what we saw from that tribe roster. Zai, without a shadow of doubt, the best player in all of LATAM, has now opted to play for a North American team, and I'm loving it. And then we've also got Slothy being added to the mix. Haven't seen him play in a while, but I'm excited for his debut here in Mobile Mayhem.
Yeah, I mean, look, 3 strong players that were formerly Tribe not being a team as of now, expect them to be a team eventually, but they also do have Hacked and Forsaken, 2 of the youngest players joining into the league, so that's going to be interesting to watch. All right, let's talk about the next team, Infinite Simplicity Gaming. They are a team that came from the qualifier as well, but you're going to recognize a lot of these players. Gil, tell me a little bit more.
Well, you know, we've talked about them. Cartels, Awakens, Carlinhos, John, and Kings. I feel like they are a solid roster, a solid chunk of players. But against Seminole, and even I think I might as well add, I think we were told that Slothy is going to be replaced by Big tonight. So taking that into consideration, as much as I'd like to say that Infinite Simplicity are a roster that is really, really up top, being capable of fighting against the best, although that shot of fighting against the best is good in my opinion, I don't think it's going to be enough against someone as strong as Seminole has been recently. Although we've seen them fall, you know, against the 11T once. Yesterday they had their revenge over on LATAM. They won against 11T 2-1, and tonight I'm sure they are deep for more, as they will be facing off with this Jesus, I forgot their name. I don't know, with this Infinite Simplicity roster.
Yeah, I mean, their name is kind of a bit long, Infinite Simplicity Gaming. Just call them IFSG, I guess. But what was your final prediction for that? Did you say 2-1 for Seminole, 2-0?
I think Seminole are capable of taking it in a 2-0 to their name.
Mm-hmm.
There's a shot of going 2-1 in a sense, but I definitely feel like the only option to me, at least here tonight, could be for Simplicity to take the search and destroy. But outside of that, I feel like Seminole is gonna have it.
Okay.
All right, Verdict, what do you think?
I think it's a 2-0. I think Seminole are starting to figure out this roster, and you know, it's a relatively young one. You mentioned Hacks and Forsaken being young bloods to the 18 plus seed. Well, I think they're starting to finally click. Hacks took a whole year off, and bro was frying last week. Granted, then he gets the job done against 11. They're back for vengeance. And I'll take a look at it. I don't think we're going to get to see Slothy. I'm highly upset and disappointed. I was looking forward to casting some Slothy gameplay. Yeah. And, you know, I'm not saying that Vague isn't impressive, but I wanted to see Slothy, man. Give us Slothy, bro.
I agree. Hey, am I going to jinx it by picking the same score as you guys? You know what? I'm going to give you guys the W this time. I'm going to pick 2-1 so you guys don't get cursed here. Seminole going 2-1. I think Infinite can potentially, as you guys mentioned, pick up maybe an SND game, depending on it. But I mean, Jed's such a great sniper, it'd be tough to see that. But for the sake of the show and you guys not getting cursed with my curse, I'm going to say 2-1. Let's talk about the map choice before we get into the game, ladies and gentlemen. Verdict, tell me about the map and the game modes.
Standoff Hardpoint, nothing new here. This is a classic, and it has been tried and true as one of the better Call of Duty mobile maps. Obviously, in Hardpoint, it plays relatively well. Spawns very predictable and manageable. Head over to Raid for Search or Destroy. Definitely could see some upsets to brewing if Infinite Simplicity play their cards right. I think this is the map that we might see that upset happen if it does come through. If it does go to that game 3, we do see Infinite Simplicity come through with a win. It's going to be that control slums for game number 3. Summit and Firing Range out of the selections. And this is our last series of the night. We made our predictions. Ken, are you going to stick by that one? Are you going to say 2-1 in favor of Seminole?
Listen, I deep down believe it's going to be 2-0, but for the sake of you guys not being part of the same broken caster curse that I've been saying all night, I'm going to say 2-1. I will say the slight chance of Infinite Simplicity winning potentially that one game on SND. Who knows? I think we all on the same page. Seminole's going to win. I strongly agree on that. I am excited to see Standoff, though. Standoff Hardpoint, maybe we will see some shotguns being used today. I don't feel like any of these players are the types to maybe bring out. Maybe Jez. I've seen Jez bring out the R9 every once in a while, so maybe that will happen. So that's going to be exciting. We were hoping that this might be potentially a close game. We did see that Fierce game being very close, so we will see how this game goes. Ladies and gentlemen, looks like we are getting ready to start this game. I'm going to leave, again, these two wonderful casters to cast this final game, and I will join you guys whenever they feel like releasing me from that dungeon.
If we had it, you know, we'd never release him, obviously. He's been a thorn in our side. No, I'm just kidding. He's been an absolute delight. Don't think I'd ever feel like I'd say those words in the same sentence. Hey, you know what? Crazier things here at Mobile Mayhem have happened. We're begging to see this series go the distance. We're begging to see Infinite Simplicity put on a show for us. We're ranting and raving about this Seminole team. We'll see if they can amount to what they're capable of doing now as this Hardpoint's about to start up. Take a look at the focus here as Vague's taking the deep route through the back alley. They're trying to hold off the forces. And then the front line, you got Jez. He's got a Atomic Star MAC-10 in hand. He's ready to lock and load.
It's Sai, immediately starting off heavy, 2 kills for himself, and bounces inside of the hill. Alongside with Hax, will be trying to secure this vicinity. Sai actually getting out of there, trying to collectively defend from the outside of it. Finds an enemy, begins to push after him. Running like cat and mouse. Finally got a spot, but Cartels turned around and took that kill. The retake is going to be here in favor of Infinite Simplicity. Infinite now inside, has a couple of members in and out of that area, but that's just not going to be enough. Awaken going to be spotted, taken down to the ground. 15 seconds left that are going to be happily taken, seemingly in favor of Seminole. The fight was there for Cartels, but he realized that it was going to be better to rotate to the next area. But Verdict, they got killed immediately, and the spawns are not going to be favoring them whatsoever. The initial hold seemingly will go in favor of Seminole.
First, a little bit of an advantage. The first wave of players waking, going to be able to pick up one, but he's dropped. Carlinhos now trying to get the bodies. Makes sense. Jez finally going to be dealt with. 3 in the feed for the side of S8, aka Infinite Simplicity. 1 player left to deal with in the hill. It's Hax. He's going to be cornered and outnumbered. The break's going to come through, and it's going to stick. They're going to need all this time. They stand a chance against the Seminole team. You got the break. You've done the hard work. Let's see if they can make the hold work. As the waves of players coming through. Jez going to be the first casualty. Carlinhos on his ish, man, and he's not being stopped. 4 combo with 5 kills in total. Team's doing a little bit of a bump, and this could be a problem now. 25 seconds left to go. They've held the fort down rock solid, but they've abandoned the ship. Carlos is there. He's going to win a massive gunfight, and Vague going to be hop over towards the new site. So waves of players come crashing in. They're all sent into their own respective sites. And look at the rotation. It's an early one for Infinite, and they might be here locked and loaded for a early setup. Let's see how long they can hold it for.
Right, inside of it, there's 2 members, and Big, not too sure if he has realized that there's people already inside of the hill. Oh, Big at a distance with the double, turns around for that kill. Inside of the blue house, tries to rotate, change his angle, try to change the way he's pushing, and finds another kill in here. Big in a bit of a spree, collectively securing this area. There's going to be good momentum in favor of Seminole, but let's see for how long. There's plenty of time left in here. So they are trying to take as much as humanly possible. Big, realizing that there's people pushing in, takes out wipes out that Purifier, takes one. Now, Red Missile gonna be used, secures another one, turns around, takes the kill, just collecting kills with whatever he's got in his hand, throws out that Hunter Killer drone that lands onto no one, but doesn't matter too much. Still, safe and sound in favor of Seminole. That was just insane performance here on point number 3. This blue house had a name, and that was Seminole written all over the place. Now, as they all begin to move towards that market area, Verdict, and I see some good rotations being dealt by the side of Simplicity. I think it's gonna be good enough for them to hold in here because they already losing by about 40 or so points.
They gotta hold the fort down. This is one of those hills that you can make a break a game, right? As the break comes through, as Hax is waiting for the breach. Top side's gonna be taking control of. Awaken shutting them down, though. All the players from Seminole fall, with the exception of Zai. Make that Zai as well. One thing we'll fail to mention, I was looking at that early rotation. Zai had a perfect position to go ham with the Annihilator. Unfortunately, gets shut down before he can do any damage. So, Brait's going to be sustained. 25 seconds left to scrap for it. You can see Seminole not giving up here on this rotation. 3 players in the hill, make it 4. They're stacking it to the brim. King's pulling out the Operator with the Annihilator trying to go big as well. He's going to get shut down. So the ops are not necessarily great for the Annies. The Furies have gone absolutely crazy. Vortex even getting into the mix as well, too. So Vague still continuing to creep through this P4 site. But a Seminole getting shut down market gives a massive advantage. And a deficit is going to be recouped. 15-point lead rolling in the P1 reset. Momentum shifted massively after that P4 rotation, though.
112 definitely was a good chunk of points going the way of Infinite Simplicity. You called it that way of defending was near perfect. And, well, that allows them to secure some control, some sort of secureness here inside of this game number 1. Remember, this is the last match of the night. And, well, there's still plenty more to go if we continue to see a match as close as this one has been so far. The clock gonna be popped by Forsaken. It's also gonna be the Vortex, but it's not going to be enough. Great collective effort on the side of Infinite Simplicity. They lose a little bit of control on the inside of the hill. You know, they actually got quite far away from it. And finally, Cartels will find himself inside. 10 more seconds, but he's like, you know what? I think I'm off better rotating to point number 2. Nope. Changes his mind yet again. Now with a shorty. Gonna miss his shot onto a player crouching to the ground. Hacks making it rain onto Cartels inside of the hill. There was Yawn, but quickly getting spotted by Seminole. And with the use of the Operator, I feel like that was just not enough there for Yawn. It's just been such a back and forth game. I don't know, man. I'm digging it, you know.
I'm digging it, yeah.
Liking what I'm watching.
I'm definitely liking what I'm watching. I'd like to hear some of that, too. So we're going to go ahead and buckle up for our first listen. We're going to give a Seminole, as they're sparking a little bit of a comeback here in the P2. They've locked it down. Let's see how much longer they can hold it and sound off here for our first listen in.
Dumpster. Nice.
Go new, I'm playing 6. Go new.
There's 2 in gas. 2 in gas. 2 in gas.
Box. Tank.
One of these guys. He's one hacks. I have a Predator. I'm calling it out.
Keep pop it. Call it.
Oh, there. Deep blue and blue. Deep blue, ASAC in. There's one blue. There's only one blue.
Only one more blue.
Yeah,
Just go ladder, go to the top, right?
One ladder.
He's stairs. Stairs. I spawn out. They're spawning barrels. They're spawning barrels. Miss you dead.
Baby, we got ourselves a scrappy one. Infinite now going to give the bag away in the rotation to go along with it. P2 locked down 2 times in a row here for Seminole. We said it earlier. The name was on this big blue building. It had Seminole on it earlier. Well, you can't have 2 buildings in the same facility. It's against regulations here in standoff. And Infinite Simplicity have sparked a little bit of the comeback of their own. Back and forth we go and lead. Back in the hands of Infinite. How much longer can they hold it, Gil? The operators have been popped, but they are not going to find too much. Jez lurking around the backside, finally shut down. A little bit of stability here in the big blue building.
Yeah, and as he gets shut down, their control will be freely handed in the favor of Infinite Simplicity, leading to nearly 200 points. They're going to be quite close to the victory, but they also got to be thinking about rotating to the next area. That's exactly what Awaken is doing. Finds that kill onto who I think was Side. And with the gloves, takes the knock onto Jess. Disrespectful, pushing now for more Awaken with 24 kills, making it rain onto the opponents. I was talking about how important this set of rotation was going to be for both sides, and Awaken securing those 2 kills. Now going for the 3rd one, but giving the call out to his allies will not be enough. But 196 to 180 and 65 now in favor of Seminole. This game is definitely not over, and as much as we've heard the call outs coming down from the side of Seminole, I think this could be a good time to hear a little bit as to what's going on the heads of Infinite Simplicity.
Broken. He's dead. Broken. What's that? Nice. Break. That's a break.
Nice. One to mark it. Toma que dei. Nice. One more. Mark. There's only one on side.
3.
Vortex.
Set him new.
He me stream.
Set him new. We got boxes.
Still near, so good.
Back up, Vortex. One more point. Bottom getting. Or courtyard. He's deli. Nice.
One box, one shot.
There's two core.
One more broken. Vague is broken. Vague. Yeah, one in the market. Deli.
Oh boy, we got our photo finish on our hands right now. As I was taking a look, P4 rotations, not necessarily there. And I was looking at Jan, who was AFK. Very unfortunate set of circumstances. He's back and active. But moments like this can make or break games, and so far it's been just a little bit of a domino effect. Seminole have taken a lead and ran away with it, 229 and counting. They can close it out here in the P1 reset.
Red missile gonna be popped by Big, leading to some callouts to his allies as they are still inside of the hill. They need only 12 more seconds, ladies and gentlemen. The beginning of the end could be closed on this back and forth match. It seems like we are going on a victory for Seminole. There's the push happening by Awaken, but Awaken, you can only shoot so many bullets before biting the dust, and that's GG. Well played. Back and forth. Seminole had it, then Infinite. Seminole again, then Infinite, but at the end, Seminole are the ones that have the last laugh, which was the most important verdict. That was a 1-0 lead, now going in favor of Seminole, but that could have been for anyone to take. And as this game was just so close, that it increases even deeper my thought that there's definitely a solid chance of us watching Infinite Simplicity winning that game of S&D. But now as I'm looking at the numbers, as I'm looking at the numbers of the kills particularly, I feel like they were heavily outgunned. Don't you think?
I mean,
look at that.
I don't know if you could feel it. I know you can. I can see it. They got outgunned. I can feel it too. I felt like I got gunned. Seminole, they were rocking and rolling with the punches. Even when Awaken was throwing hands, he was certainly not able to maintain the fort there on that P4 rotation. That's where things kind of spiraled out of control. On top of that, couldn't help but notice that Jan was not moving. And I'm not trying to take away from the victory from Seminole, but just felt like we got robbed of what could have been a closer end game. Obviously, Seminole don't care how they get it; they got it, and that's all that matters. We're gonna get geared up for our second game of the second game of this series, last series of the night. And bro, I had to restart my emulator after that one. Too much stuff going on at one time. Obviously, I want to get us some great gameplay for the Search and Destroy. I don't want to miss out on the action. Obviously, I've got the emulator, but I want to make sure we get the best experience possible. Or I've got the iPad in backup, but I want to make sure that we get the best experience possible. Seminole, I'm going to be honest with you, they might have escaped there. Even though they out-fragged Simplicity, they did not out-rotate or out-hold. That was a great determination for the comeback for Infinite.
Yeah, and well, if they can put up that same amount of strategizing when it comes down to Search and Destroy, we're obviously moving on to Raid, where, of course, is going to be taking a huge impact. I feel like we definitely can have a shot on game number 3. You know, I feel like there's a solid chance, but as I don't remember if it was Ken or if it was yourself mentioning, of course, how strong both Yes and Sai can be, and of course with the aggression that sometimes tends to lead out of the body of Big, my boy, does not know. I feel like there's always a shot of us seeing Big being as quick to roam around everywhere as what we earlier saw from who was that? Was it Solo? It wasn't Solo, was it?
It was,
right?
It was, yeah. Solo, man, he's a freak, bro. That guy is built differently. The movement's on point. The gunny is hot. Man's just cannot be stopped on the map. When he's skating, bro, he is skating. We're going to get geared up for it. Finally, the emulator's back up. We should be good to roll here as our last game potentially of the night. Love to see it happen here as I want an even matchup. I want everybody to be, you know, ready to rock and roll for this last one. I don't know what the... Oh, wait, Verticast? What do you mean? I don't have the right optimizations. Okay, the maps were downloaded. Okay, we're good. We're good. You should be good to start it. That was on me. But when I restarted the emulator, it kind of... Yeah. Gotta love it, right? Gotta love it. Well, this is it. Oh, no, that's not the right one. That's the right one. There we go. Raid, Hollywood Hills, California. Will we see Infinite Simplicity put a point on the board here and take us to that control, or will we see a clean sweep from this Seminole roster? This is a bounce back that they need. They need to put this one away quickly. They don't need to let it linger. They don't need to let it go to overtime. This needs to be a dominant performance from them.
Right, round number 1, Awaken pushing forward, gonna find the first enemy, but he just gets too focused on him and forgets to look to the other side. Carlinhos, though, answers back by eliminating Jess. That is gonna be 4v4, but bomb is gonna be quickly planted down by the hands of Simplicity. Great job done. Not Simplicity, sorry, Seminole. Big takes... Big? What?
Oh, boy, the doof.
Okay, Big, I see you here with a shotgun. Brings out the gloves, has spotted Cartels, breaks the call out, and they take him apart. The only one alive is Kings. My boy be sniping with that thing. We know how deadly it can be. Even at a distance, the R9 can be pretty scary. And Big, honestly, no clue, no idea why you'll be using it on Search and Destroy Raid. But somehow managed to find 2 kills on the first round, you know?
Oh, I'm sure Ken is like jumping in his seat, bro. I'm sure he's gonna need his seatbelt for this ride. I'm getting geared up for it. Cartels doesn't know what's coming, or it's too late. It's the hops, it's the shots that make you hop, and surely enough, he's gonna finally get taken down. But always fun to see a great shotgunner on the map. Forsaken gonna be able to find the equalizer, give it the player advantage. Now as Hack's gonna be able to find another, and now it's all down the one. Big, massive 21 gifted subs coming through from Sylvia. And Yaw now needs to go and put on a show for us. Gets the flicks to hit, but it's Forsaken who gets the last shot. 2-0 lead. Seminole taking the bag here in this Search and Destroy so far. Well, there's been close rounds. Granted, it was 1v something. Still see a lot of fight in the dog here that is Infinite Simplicity.
Absolutely. And well, right now, ladies and gentlemen, that 2-0, I don't know, man, brings the hopes down for game 3, but it's not over yet. Big Abu still pushing like he's got no way of dying. Surprisingly enough, he actually gonna get spotted by Awaken, but the retake is there for Hacks. Make it a 2-1 trade in favor of Seminole. Ladies and gentlemen, in here, Sai with a sniper shot. We're talking about how solid it is on Search and Destroy, how solid it is with a sniper. Kings, though, still alive, still aware of what's going on. Takes that kill to Forsaken. He's being shotted down through the wall. They're making him suffer. Misses that shot with the Locust. Brings out the kilo. Tries to take the kill onto Sai. But surprise, surprise. There was people surrounding you already, ladies and gentlemen. That's a 3-0 lead. Seminole are looking even better than they did on Hardpoint. And effectively shutting down their opponents.
Yeah, they are. And they're doing all that with Babe rocking the hard knot. Oh, baby, you gotta love it. It's prime content right now. Prime for the pickings now as the mid-side push comes through. Cartels yet again caught out with his pants down. Shorty is no match to the R9. The Doof wins 9 times out of 10. The 10th time, we won't see it again. Yawn shutting down the shotgun bandit. Finally able to fill a little bit of breathing room here for this Infinite Simplicity roster now as the bomb's been made over to the A site, but it's not been well protected. King's going to get his wig split if he continues to straddle that head glitch and knows it is going to be able to back down. Is I going to be able to live to tell the tale? We'll see if he can continue to find those crispy shots now. Blink now for Jez. Zai going to get chowed. Kings wins those. Jez now in a 1v3 pickle. We'll see if he can get inside this kitchen site and make some magical things happen. We'll see what the side of Infinite have brewing up in the kitchen as well. They're cooking up something nasty. as they know where his location is, and Jez now just content with playing the waiting game.
Slowly but surely, walking forward, finds the enemy, takes the kill. Okay, Jez still alive. They know where the bomb is at, like you mentioned, and I don't think they are gonna be pushing for that kill anymore. It's definitely not necessary for them to do so. Just wait it out, and that's exactly what they're doing. 30 seconds left, and my boy Jess has to figure something out, begins to push through. Pull, but there's Kings to quickly tear him apart, ladies and gentlemen. That was okay. That was a good round for Infinite Simplicity, showing signs of being alive, of having hope of what's coming next, but most importantly, verdict. That was now a grand total of 6 kills for my boy Kings here.
6 kills for Kings, man. He has been a questionable player here in Search or Destroy, but he has not been questionable in his gameplay so far. We'll see if he can continue to pop off. Carlos going to be able to find one. The gunny's hot there for him, but guess what? Just as quickly as that happens, bro, ain't no way you guys are letting Vague skate all across you. The 2-piece. The player advantage right back in the hands of Seminoles. Vague is on a mission, and it looks like he's taking notes from Grizz. I'm going to be honest with you. I don't see this kind of aggressive gameplay out of any Vagues that I know. Zai going to be able to find one. Jan going to be able to find Vague lurking in the kitchen site. 2v3 now as the bomb's been planted. 2v2 as King's able to find his 7th. With a split decision here for Forsaken and Zai. Love to see them play in twos, but looking like Forsaken's gonna get a free one. Jan, are you still having connection issues, homie? That is so tough, bro. Maybe he was just peeking the. I don't know, bro. I have to watch him, but he's definitely got connection issues. He just connected back in. It gets caught flat-footed, and that was a free kill for Jess. He didn't even know what happened.
Ah, man, that hurts. That definitely got hurt. Unfortunate situation there for Jan. And well, that's a 4-1 lead in favor of Seminole, who are deeply pushing, but big. Killed by nothing. I don't know why it says that nothing killed him, but he definitely died, ladies and gentlemen. A few more kills are going to be brought into the mix as well, as Sai finds not 1 but 2 kills over here. That is going to be the push through pool. Now Carlinhos has spotted that there's going to be enemies in here, begins to back out to try to secure his cubby. He's going to be doing the right job, but still in a 1v2. Does not realize that Jez was there until it was a little bit too late, but managed to survive. Carlinhos still alive, a problem being that he's only been capable of finding 3 kills so far this game, struggling like crazy. Carlinhos with an insane level that I know historically has shown to us, but here denied not being the greatest out of there. Bomb is gonna be down, 40 seconds on the clock, and verdict. I don't know, man, if Seminole takes this round that it's looking like they will, I'm not too sure. Like you mentioned, I just see over there, Jan has reconnected.
Yeah.
It sucks when it happens, doesn't it?
Yeah, homie's getting DDoSed in real life. Bomb's been planted B site. 20 seconds left to go. Well, you got to account for the bomb being defused. Well, you also got to account for Forsaken and Jez, who are not going to be denied. Seminole 5-1, damn near flawless through the first 6. Only 1 round going in favor as we flip sides. Now it's Infinite Simplicity's chance to strike. We'll see if they can make something happen here. They're going to need it. Seminole have tossed him in the blender and just put it on full max speed, right? Vague's gonna get dropped. Jan I guess he disconnected when he was baking the nade and it never got released. That's tough. Very unfortunate. Only way to go this round is we see 4v3. So far, so good as the player advantage. Zai's gonna get dropped, and now the A side is wide open. Hax and Forsaken are gonna have to make something miraculous happen. Kings gets dropped as Forsaken catches him on the rotation back. With this bomb going down, you've got the player advantage. Now it's all about maintaining this court side now as we see it. 44 seconds on the clock. Race against time and 3 players. Forsaken and Hax trying to make it happen. Forsaken's got the top side control. Carlos up top as well. You want a Rochambeau? You want a Do-Si-Do? You want to dance? I 2-step. Go ahead and double back down the stairs, he says. Forsaken gonna back him down. Gets 1 dare. Hax now for the collapse. Carlos is in immediate danger. He's the last hope. He never stood a chance. 3 down, a flawless retake. And Seminole flex another round in their favor. 6-1 match point. Wow.
I may have screamed too much over there. I apologize, but
oh no, look, I encourage it. All kinds of screams. Let's go.
I was looking at the point of view of Forsaken, and dude, oh my god, he saw an open window and he just destroyed the whole wall. He just showed no care, no mercy over the opponents. And that triple kill then defusing leads to a 6-1 situation. Seminole on the brink of taking it all. A 2-0 fashion victory is what they're aiming for in here. Forsaken gonna take that kill onto Kings, but gets spotted. Carlinhos gets a double, gets spotted by Big himself. Big Abuki with a shotgun, gonna take a double now onto Young.
He's having connection problems. Don't shoot his body.
Disrespectful,
Madly.
As he likes to be. As he likes to be, Verdict.
We'll allow it. We'll allow it. Vague, be happy you crapped all over that kid who was having connection issues. Clip it and put it on your refrigerator later on so your parents can see it and be very proud of you, homie. I'm just all jokes aside, though. Good game here for Vague. He's got 9. He's done it with the doof on a map that we just don't deem to be great search and destroy. He's done the impossible, right? Cartel is now trying to do the impossible. He's trying to keep the dream alive. Jazz from the 76, trying to get the jump shot, the lineup, the finish, the locust. It's a fuzzy rabbit, homie. Nothing fuzzy about this one. This one was brutal. Ladies and gentlemen, it's the 2-0. It's the clean sweep. And yet again, Ken, he can have his cake and eat it too. He can have his butterfly pasta and have it as well. Gonna be wrong yet again. 2-0 series count sweep. Absolutely on point.
Absolutely on point, man. It was just such a good game for the side of Seminole. GG, well played. And I feel like, well, we've talked about Forsaken just not being able to play onto other instances before. I'm talking about last year, not necessarily of this season, but my goodness, look at them go. 13 kills for Forsaken. Everybody just shining bright as a diamond can be. And, well, that's another 2-0 in the books, ladies and gentlemen. Verdict, tell us what's coming next now.
Oh man, guys, brace yourself. We got the butterfly pasta eating man himself coming in the booth. Hitman, tell me, did you like what you saw out of Vague? Are you not entertained, homie? Was that not a great display?
I'm a little bit confused here, okay? Standoff is the shotgun map. He proceeds to not bring out
the shotgun.
The shotgun, right? And Raid is the hardest shotgun map. And then popped off, he got a 9 kills. I don't understand what's happening. He probably heard me. He's like, hey man, listen, I know you wanted me to use a shotgun on Standoff. How about I do you better? I'll do it on Raid, okay? So that's kind of cool. By the way, I want to put it out there, okay? Somebody wrote... Okay, look. The pasta I was eating it's called bow tie pasta, but it's also known as butterfly pasta, all right? You guys should know better, all right? Know your pasta. The actual name is called farfalle, okay? But I was indeed correct, Sylvia. Listen, we can both be correct in that sense. Stop making fun of me, okay? I was correct. You guys are making fun of me and calling it a butterfly pasta, okay? It was indeed correct. But anyway, it's true. Bow tie pasta does sound better. Anyway, I digress. Ladies and gentlemen, that game, I was wrong. I'm 0-12 when it comes to predictions. And let's be honest, I did predict 2-0, but to make you guys, not have curses, I had to say 2-1, all right?
Yeah.
You did it for the sanctity of our sanity, right?
But that being said, that was a, first game was fantastic. Very fun, close back and forth. Second game, dealing with a bit of connection issues from Jan. I don't think that really changed anything. Let's be real. I don't think it changed anything. There's some dominant performance for Forsaken with that. I don't know, man. Forsaken popped up. That one.
Maybe not in the search and destroy, but that Hardpoint definitely.
Oh yeah.
If they had a 5-sec, it's a 50-50 game right there. But it was a 4v5 towards the end, and it was a tough way to see a great standoff map come to an end. One player AFK and literally just sitting in the spawn where he spawned at. It had to say it.
SND is the one that really, I don't think it changed much, but yes, I do agree. The respawn for sure, it could have been anyone's game, and he disconnected at the worst time.
Butterfly, gotta love it.
Hey man.
Oh boy.
Hey, butterflies are delicious. I mean, did I say that out loud? Dang, that's awkward.
We were all thinking it, right?
What?
Hey, look, man. I'm a vegetarian. I eat butterflies. Just kidding. Oh man.
Hey, what?
Yeah. So do we actually already have the updated standings, or do we get usually people to go on Twitter?
That's exactly what I was thinking. We do have the updated standings. I had it already screenshotted and put in the Discord, but I didn't hit submit, and I'm dropping a ball.
All right. Let's take a look at the standings.
There it is.
So you're gonna have to, because I can't see it anymore. So I had it for a second. Is it in the? Is it? Oh,
yeah, it's in the
All right,
Discord.
ladies and gentlemen. I see it now. All right. So in first place we got Fierce dropping 1 map, but still remaining in that first place finish, 55 points. Second place, Seminole jumping back up to the second place with 45. Luminosity with 40. And then we have, wait, should Luminosity be higher? That doesn't seem right.
Yeah, those aren't
Luminosity
updated standings. We've been lied to. We've been had.
We lied to. Yeah, but
wait,
Luminosity should be on top right now.
They should have
with 60 points.
Yeah.
They should have 60 exactly, and Cygnus, that seems about right, but whatever. It's fine, it's cool, it's cool, it's cool, it's cool, it's cool, it's cool. It's cool, it's cool, it's cool, it's cool. There's some technical difficulties. Because I'm like, wait a minute, there's no way that Luminosity is below all these, all right?
Yeah, true.
So it is what it is. But, ladies and gentlemen, that is going to wrap it up. I think this last game, we were expecting it to be the closest game, and in the end, it was Fierce versus Upper Echelon, which, let's be real, none of us predicted that to be the closest game. If you did say that, you're a dirty liar. Liar, pencil on fire. All right, let's be real here. But yeah, I mean, fantastic. Week 3, start of week 3. We're still going to have a game on Thursday, so make sure to come by on Thursday. I will be back next week with you guys. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you guys all for watching. The great casters as usual. We also have to talk about, we can talk about the next match, right? We have stuff we can talk about next week or no?
Yeah, we can. We definitely have time, yeah.
We can do that.
Yeah, we got a bit of time. We can talk about that. All right, let's look at do we have the schedule for next week?
I am pulling it up right now, and I'm trying to see who is going to be the most eventful. Okay, Cygnus and Galaxy Gaming, 11E and Centurion. That's going to be a great matchup.
That's good. 11E versus Centurion is going to be good, yes.
That one's going to be a banger. Seminole versus Team Mobility, I don't know. Infinite Simplicity versus Luminosity Gaming. Oh, it doesn't get better for Infinite. It's tough. So we've got 2 decent matches that could. Well, one actually.
Yeah, I don't know. The second one. The second one's really
second one's definitely going to be it. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think Luminosity is going to drop that game. As much as we were rooting for that Infinite Simplicity team, but Luminosity just looking so dominant. It's just kind of tough. They haven't been challenged all season yet, so they haven't dropped the map all season. So that's not it. And maybe if Seminole decides to not play as well, maybe they can lose to Team Mobility. But Team Mobility didn't look like godly. They looked human. So yeah, we'll see. But at least we'll get one good game on Thursday. But I won't be there for that. So maybe there will be some kind of spoilers and some kind of upsets. Because every time I'm not there, it seems to be an upset. Who knows, ladies and gentlemen? Who knows? But again, I want to shout out our sponsors again. MGC, Call of Duty Mobile, Trovo, and Gorilla for sponsoring. This would not be possible without their help. And again, thank you guys for watching, right? It wouldn't be possible without you guys watching. You know, shouting out all, supporting all the fans, for supporting everybody. And all the teams, and shout out to the teams for playing, and you amazing casters, ladies and gentlemen. That will be it for me for this week. I will see you guys next week, but stay tuned for Thursday night. And if you guys want to say some final words,
final words. Huge shout out to Sylvia coming through with a massive 21 gifted subs, as well as the Kid Eats Butterfly, absolute pog champs in the chat for her. Sylvia 1000, yeah, she did. Sylvia 1000, Ken 0. Okay, Ken 0. Just remember that. Also, Chu Chains came through in chat. Chu was actually the guy that was with Extreme on the Stage 5 travel. He was there the night of the great night that we had. Chu, huge shout out to him. Much love, homie. I know I said it in chat, but I wanted to say it in person. Ken's like, yo, Chu. Yeah, we met you in person, bro. Always great to see faces and put them to names. So that's going to be it for me, Gil. I can't wait to meet you, bro. You look like you're going to be an absolute delight to have fun with.
I definitely am looking forward for that day to meet you and plenty of others that I'd like to see in person. That's gonna be a banger of a day, or however long that lasts. But yeah, I'm looking forward to it.
Weeks,
fellas. Thank you
so
much for watching. Everything that had to be said has been said already. So I say goodbye, and we'll see you all in the next one.
Yeah, and butterfly passes are the best.
Bye.